I'm doing stuff, talking about things and stuff and things. We're doing stuff. It seems everything is working except for chat. Cause Justin can't get in here, but he lives. He didn't die. So that's an advantage. But for some reason, I can't view the Twitch chat on my main computer. So that is an issue that I'm gonna have to deal with somehow. Yeah, it's much fun. I get the feeling he did not get the invite. Let's send him another one. Send him another one. We're here. More. We're like 30 episodes in. Let's go. We can't stop coming. We won't stop coming. Ooh. Free here fan art. Okay, stuff is broken, but that's okay. I can just sit here and chat. We're still in the pre-ramble stage. Pre-ramble. Pre-ramble. It's just me pre-rambling and sending out a tweet or Edbo. Why would you change it? Twitter is such a good name. X is such an edgy piece of crap. Oh no. Okay, hold on. I'm gonna blow my nose. I'll wait for Justin to get in here. Hopefully he's back by the time I get here. Alright, I'm back. Is he back? Is he in here yet? No. I have to send him another invite. Is that how it's gonna go? Need to move this, hold on, I've got too many controllers on my desk. I've been doing some work. And I got demonstration stuff. Well, we'll talk about the design corner a bit. I feel like that should be a segment going forward while I keep doing this weird project. Okay. Oh, I didn't send it. All right. All right, we're almost there, I think. We get Justin here, we're good. My Xbox being update too? Because it's not like I have like a billion controllers on my desk that I want to talk about. Because this has been fun. Okay. It won't load anything. Oh, I turn the lights. And the lights go down and I stay. We'll see if he gets in here. We'll see what happens as I'm trying to find this remote. I need a remote holder. I should probably design and make one. If anything, I would just like a better remote. Building one of those would be a little more intricate. Though I did see a way to print your own PCBs with a resin printer. That could be very useful, actually. Like, insanely useful if I could get that to work. Not that I'm very good at designing PCBs, but we'll see. This is the problem with battery operated remotes. Because, like, hypothetically speaking, I don't actually need a battery operated remote for um these lights. Like, I could just use a hardwired one if such a thing existed. Just sit it on the desk, right? It's so weird that we use so many little battery operated things when we could just use hardwired stuff and it would just be fine. Yo, um, Justin's having some issues apparently. And that new Ghostbuster trailer went up. I have not watched it yet. But yeah, and I can't see the Twitch chat on my desktop. I got that's back up. Oh, oh, oh! Did we get a hacker last night? Did we catch one? There was a couple of those. I don't know why people cheat in skill-based games. It's so lame. Like, so lame. I just don't know if the auto cheats sleep half the time because like you see these kill cams and it's like this person didn't miss a headshot ever. Oh my god. Oh yeah. I just let Aaron and his team sort it out at this point. Oh, hey, Justin finally getting here. Can you hear me? I cannot hear him. He's speaking, but I cannot hear him. Can the stream hear him? Nope. Why can't I hear you? What audio device are you using? We made our vanity sheet so much better than it was. Yeah, okay. I believe you. I don't believe you. But we can't tell you how we made it better, because if we did that, then the cheaters would figure out how to bypass it. Then we have to make it even better. Default to this. And it's still broken. I still can't hear. Okay, muted everything. Unmuted everything. Do I have audio on the computer? Check this quick. I do. Japanese porn star. Okay, Justin. Wait. Actually, my mic's not working anymore. Hold on. Hold on. Everything's broken. Start a party. Need to swap. Or is it having a fit because I have the Xbox on? Okay. I don't know if it's actually working or not. Yes, can you hear me? Everything's broken today. Yeah, I still can't hear him. Son of a bitch. I guess we're just using Discord. I don't know, man. It's gotta be scuffed somehow, right? It's every one time it's one thing, it's another thing, and then cancel.
What happened?
There we go. No, just saying that if it's always one thing or the other.
Oh yeah, 100%.
Man, Call of Duty is really a space hog.
Yeah, but
Alright,
luckily they said they're gonna be shrinking it at launch.
here, have a 50 gig update. Yeah, how about we don't do that, dingus? Oh, can I just pop out the chat
It
here?
sounds very robotic and like cutting in and out. I wonder what that's about.
I have no idea. There's no downloading happening on this side. It is not as
Hmm.
clean. But the stream is live, and I can't look at chat on my desktop because it keeps not loading. Oh, wait. Is it actually going to load now? Holy shit, it actually loaded now, and I don't need to do this. Holy crap. Everything's been so broken. Alright, let's get to it, I guess. So much stuff to unpack this week.
Yeah.
Okay, swapping it over. I turned it back on so you can see. Yeah, we'll just leave that up. Whatever, just man, just stuff that's there. I can't find the remote for the lights. It's somewhere here, I'm sure. My cat might have been testing gravity again. She does that sometimes. But welcome to the Xbox Portbeggars podcast, where yep, we're gonna be talking about stuff. Lots of stuff. First of all, what have you been playing, Justin, besides Overwatch? Because we'll talk about Baga later.
I have been playing some Alan Wake, the Call of Duty campaign. What's it called? Why am I forgetting what it's called? Spooky's Jump Scare Mansion. That's it. I've been playing some of that too.
Okay, cool.
And yeah, it's been interesting.
So the COD campaign I've heard mixed things about, but it's a remake, right?
Yeah, kinda. Um, it is loosely based on the original MW3, but the story has been different. Most of the characters have been the same, or at least some of them have been more fleshed out than the original and kept the same name. But different people have lived and died than the original, so it's hard to say it's like it almost feels like a reboot in some ways.
But okay,
But
can we be honest for a second? Does it really
yeah.
matter if it's either, or if it's a
I
what if
mean,
scenario?
for continuity's sake, it might, but I don't think so.
But does it make the game better or worse? Like, is there anything good? Like,
uh,
honestly, I've COD campaigns have always been hit or miss for me, and the original MW2 campaign I didn't even finish. I think I got halfway through it and it was like done.
I enjoyed it, but I know a lot of people are bitching and whining because of small silly things, and a lot of the people that are bitching and whining haven't actually played it. They're just watching people upload the cutscenes to YouTube. But the game doesn't fully have the story in the cutscenes. Like obviously there's gameplay, but there's also in-game cutscenes like during gameplay. So I think people are missing most of it. And I don't remember if I told you this or if I had just told Snarky and Maverick at the time. People have been review bombing it because of course, but they're review bombing the wrong one. They're review bombing the original MW3 from like 2011. So
The
it's
base,
hilarious.
yeah.
Yeah, no one's actually, giving it a fair criticism. And with the Microsoft hacks on top now, I feel like this is just going to be the norm going forward for a bit.
I mean, if I'm being honest, COD for a lot of people felt bland and I don't want to say bland's probably not the right word for it, but felt kind of rehashed and just we're doing the same thing over and over again.
Yeah, I
And
think that's what I liked about this one because they changed up how the campaign works. It wasn't just shoot the dudes and push forward. They had a couple of stages that were open. I don't know if open world is the right term. They called it open combat, where it's like you go in, there's fog of war all over the map. It's like an entire level, and you can find supply caches for different weapons and upgrades and stuff. You can do the level almost any way. Like you have to do the actual plot, but you can stealth it. You can go in crazy. You can
so
do
it's
like
less
little side
action
objectives.
movie and more video game. Because a lot of
Yes.
COD campaigns were more action movie.
Yep. They're all like action set pieces set to rig when you go near them. I mean, there were still a couple levels like that, but it wasn't the main focus. And I appreciated the open world stuff more, um, because it felt more. It almost felt like Metal Gear Solid 5, where it's like, okay, you
Uh,
start the mission somewhere, and now you can just do whatever you want as long as you finish the objective. And that's basically what I would do. I try to stealth it, and then if I got caught, I was like, all right, well, now everyone has to die. It was fun.
okay. Well,
Definitely different.
if you enjoyed it, that's fine. Was
Yeah.
it worth the early access tax to play it early?
Well, that's still to be seen because I enjoyed the campaign, but there's still so much of the game I haven't even been able to touch yet, so I don't know. I'm able to preload it now, but I'll be able to next week give a better determination because then I'll have access to the zombies and the multiplayer, I believe, this Friday. So, so far, no, it hasn't been worth it, but I've only played a third of the game. So it's been worth a third of what I paid, if that makes sense. I feel like it's not quite right for me to judge the whole product yet, only what I played.
Yep. All right.
So what have you
So,
been up to?
yesterday was Ghostbusters the video game, the 360 version. That game is still a treasure. Even if a
That's
couple
right.
of the jokes did not age well. There's one about Peter being a chubby chaser because there's the fat lady, and it's
Mhm.
like people are more accepting of chubbier ladies now, or like thick
Yeah.
women in general. So it kind of like didn't age well at all. But it's supposed to take place in '91, so it
Yeah.
it was just the way it was at the time. So otherwise, yeah, it's basically the third Ghostbusters movie we never got.
Speaking of Ghostbusters, did you see they just released a trailer today for the new one?
I knew there was a new one that was coming. I still haven't watched Afterlife. I don't
The,
know.
the new trailer
As
is definitely cool.
to be honest with everyone, I think I'm good with Ghostbusters stuff at the moment. After the catastrophic trying to reboot it
That one was not
with
good.
yeah, that was not good. It was not good. Apparently the actresses were fine, but the script was trash and like all the characters
Yeah.
were so the one that will not be spoken of that tried to replace the original literally soured the whole experience of being like excited for a new one. I just
See,
don't
while
know,
I agree
man.
with
I'd
that,
rather. I
the
feel
new one
like
has a lot of great actors though too. Besides just the writing, you got Paul Rudd. I mean, you got everyone from the original cast that's still alive. You've got Finn Wolfhard, and the script isn't feminist BS this time because the last one, the one we're not talking about, did have good actors, but they were playing very like typecasted, you know, idealistic
I'm
versions of
not
these
talking to
characters.
you about that. I refuse to watch that movie, and I will take no shit about it not wanting to watch that movie because it literally.
I'm not gonna judge you for that.
No,
It's
no.
awful.
I got comments from the peanut gallery over here. Uh huh.
Yeah, I'm definitely excited for the
No
new one,
thanks.
mostly because it looks like they're going a bit back to the horror element, but there's definitely the comedy still. Um,
Ghostbusters was never
so
super spooky. It was always kind of. The thing is that like I said, I I'll probably watch the trailer. Probably look at it. I might actually watch Afterlife at some point, but I've been so soured on the experience because I just love the original two films so much that
yeah,
wanting to watch it's like Ghostbusters is kind of like what they've been doing with Star Wars and how Star Wars like after the main trilogy it was just progressively worse. Like the
yeah,
prequels, they have their moments and like their funny bits, like the hello there and whatever,
yeah.
but
Oh, they've been full of memes.
like full of memes, but they're not better than what came before them. So
Yeah,
while
or
I
technically after because of the
appreciate,
way the trilogy works.
but the thing is, while I appreciate that, that they want to do something with the franchise, I think it's just maybe one of those. It might be time for me to just I'll just stick with my nostalgia and like enjoying the originals and not watch anything else. I don't think it's impossible to do something Ghostbusters that doesn't have the main four in it. It's just it's so hard to be like, yeah, I want to watch a new movie because it's been so long and they're kind of just a time capsule of a different time, a different life, basically.
I mean, it's hard because I mean the reason I say a bit of horror with comedy is like the librarian ghost and the dogs in the original, they they weren't technically horror, but they definitely were like creepy, and I think that's a cool aspect to
I mean,
have juggling the
there are
comedy.
some genuinely terrifying scenes that happen in the original Ghostbusters. There's the one
Yeah,
where Dana sits down in the chair and the hands all come up
yeah, it
out of
just
it
starts
and grab
grabbing
her
her.
and just take
Yeah,
her off. That is terrifying.
yeah,
Absolutely terrifying. It was a
yeah,
perfect mix of like scare and not scare. So
yeah.
I don't know. I'm just gonna be like, eh. I'm just I don't know. Every time I think about wanting to watch a new Ghostbusters movie, I'm like, look.
Yeah, I don't want it to feel like they're just cashing in on the series, but it hasn't felt like that for this and Afterlife. It's felt more like, how can we make a modern audience uh pick up the old Ghostbusters? We have to live up to that instead of just how can we force this on people?
Well, it's funny you mentioned the Gray Lady because I actually just did her the library ghost. She's the Gray Lady.
Mhm.
Um, there's a whole bit about her in the game. Like I said, Ghostbusters this video game is basically the third movie, and it is kind of crazy to play a game, a licensed game from the 360 slash PS3 era that one has all the actors from the movie in it.
Yeah,
Like uh, and even like side characters you wouldn't even expect to come back, and you're just like, what? So it's honestly probably the best licensed video game that's ever existed.
mhm.
And I know it's probably not saying much, but it has like the original writers. Dan is Dan Aykroyd and Harold Ramis wrote the script for Ghostbusters 1 and 2. I'm pretty sure it was the two of them. They wrote the video game script. So it's like you have the people that write this, and they let Bill Murray ad lib a bit,
Mhm.
and you have to let Bill Murray ad lib. You just have to. Some of the best lines are probably ad libs.
Yeah.
There's definitely some times in the movie, like if you watch Ghostbusters 1, where Venkman says something, and the person like the person he's talking to is just shocked because they don't know what's coming on but it's genuine shock. It's not like acting shock.
Yeah.
I'm just like, yep, that seems about right.
Those those usually make for the best scenes because you get genuine reactions instead of someone trying to replicate how they should
Yeah,
feel.
so it is what it is. A decent, yeah. I highly recommend it. I haven't finished it again. Like I played it before, but
Mhm.
I remember part of the stuff that comes up. But like the lost script of Ghostbusters 3 was like the relic, like was talked about forever, and people always talk about it because there was a script for a third one that was written,
Yeah.
and Hollywood said no, and it apparently did involve like the Ghostbusters like going to hell and to the other realm or something. It's all hearsay and speculation, so unless someone's actually seen it or read it, I'm pretty sure it got adapted into the video game,
Mhm.
which is worth it. Uh, Other than that, I've been playing some RE4 Mercenaries mode mostly, and trying to
How have you
finish
been
the
enjoying that?
Silent Stranger run.
Mhm.
It's mostly been to test this monstrosity, and I have a bit here where I'm gonna pull. I have basically there are so many Xbox controller designs, and I own a decent amount of the Xbox. I'm just Xbox One and Series controller designs that are like you have your OG here, which is missing the back things. One of them's missing, but other than that, the thing actually works. I got it for free. So, like really cheap. I don't remember how much I spent on it, but I don't think it was much. I think it wasn't working. Yeah, this button's also missing, but it's on my desk somewhere. Because this one's gonna be another one that I'm gonna rip apart for science and do stuff with.
It's legal because it's for science.
I mean, you have this one. Then you have the superior design, the Xbox One S design, and then the Series controller, which I have in two flavors with the regular stick. This is the one that came with my Series X, and then the control, which has not been opened. This one works just as intended, so it has not been opened yet. And then I have Elite controllers, of course, on my desk, which I haven't been using.
To play or to mess with? Because I know you said you didn't want to take apart your Elites yet.
I haven't made parts for them yet, but I will at some point.
Mm-hmm.
There are parts I want to make for it. But for now, they can stay assembled. They're in functioning order. But yeah, everything else is basically fair game. I have gone to pick up the set of Xbox One controllers because I was talking with other people about this project of making like replacement parts for these controllers and came across some interesting and differing opinions, and I know I talked about with you a bit.
Mm-hmm.
Every person uses a controller different ways, whether you hold with two fingers up here like I do because I have to, or you do the one and you move your fingers back and forth.
The claw.
Well, I mean, I know this isn't the most comfy for some people, but I
yeah.
adapted to this grip because I was basically forced to, because it was actually like destroying my hands to do it the other way. So I had to adapt.
Yeah, I mean,
adapt or not play games,
like
and I'm gonna take adapt over not playing games. You guys better believe it.
You could always get the accessibility controller that looks kind of like a DJ setup and rig it up the way you need to.
Yeah, but I don't need an accessibility controller. I'm not at a state where I need that. But if I did ever need one, I would get one. But this is going to lead into one of the topics I want to talk about, but we'll get there. So whether you hold the controller like this, like that, everyone uses a controller differently, and not everyone plays all the same games. So someone I was talking to was big into fighting games. It was an old school fighting game fan. So a good D-pad is a requirement. Now, the design of this D-pad, they absolutely despise and cannot use it. Because if there's a motion they need to do, I believe it's like forward, like a whole forward circle, and you end on a jump, which is up on the D-pad in most fighting games for people who aren't aware. And you just can't do it on this controller. It gets stuck. Like if you have like a series controller nearby, like, and you try, you get stuck on the top diagonal before you can get all the way to the up. Because the way the D-pad's designed. It is not a bad design for most things, like if you just need to go forward, backwards, or whatever. But for these rolling motions, it's terrible. It's not as bad as the 360 pad for some of these motions, because this is basically just a teetering stick at a point, and I don't know about everyone else, but I absolutely hate this D-pad on the 360. I literally cannot play platformers on it at all. Like side scrollers,
I don't remember hating it.
I absolutely despise it. It's the one I know people always talk about how good ergonomically the 360 pad is, and I agree. For the most part, if you're using both the sticks, like if you're playing a shooter game, this is a very decent controller.
Yeah.
However, if you're not playing a shooter game and you use the D-pad for anything precise, this thing is a piece of shit.
I do remember being really firm and
It's
hard to move.
it's basically it's on a pivot. It's like another
Hmm.
joystick instead of a yeah, it's like another joystick instead of being a directional pad in the traditional sense. So
Hmm.
yeah, it's it's even worse for that motion that I'm talking about. So anyway, funnily enough, of the three, the motion that the person they I don't know if they want me to name them or not. I'm not gonna. But the person who was telling me about this, I tried it on all three of these controllers. All frame here. The 1S series and the original OG Xbox One controller. This one, I could consistently pull it off. The OG Xbox One has a better designed D-pad, it seems. The mechanics on the 1S one, I don't know if it's just the way that the D-pad's a little bit taller on the OG one. Like maybe it's not actually taller, but it sits off the controller just a little bit more, and that little
Hmm.
bit more could do it. I know this is not super interesting for everyone else, but because I'm designing parts and I want to replace things, including D-pads, I have to take these things into consideration.
Yeah, it could change depending on who's getting the controller, like what they would
Well,
prefer and
not even
what you
who's
should
getting the
replace it.
controller. Just I want to make parts that are readily available so people can just print them if they need a part. Like if you're in a pinch, I want you to be able to like if you need to go down to the local whatever to print because like
Yeah.
the amount of filament it takes to print one of these is not as much as you think.
Hmm.
Like these things are under like 2 grams of filament. I think this one's just this one's not even like it won't even register on the scale I have. So it has to be under a gram of filament, which has also been maybe a problem that we have to deal with, but because
Hmm.
the stick likes to pop up. Because if you
Oh
like
yeah, you were telling me about
if you
that.
pull on your stick, it has a little bit of play in there because it's just floating on there basically. It's held in by gravity, but the stick likes to pop out. The one I printed, and I don't know if that it doesn't seem to be a tolerance thing because this stick that didn't fit after I scraped it just a tad had slightly better tolerances
Hmm.
because it was tighter and it still slips. This one also we used a annealing. It's like sandpaper basically. It's a replacement for sand, and sanded off all the rough edges so it's like smooth-ish but not super smooth because these are prototypes. It doesn't really matter how good they look. It just matters that they
Yeah.
function better. Because the final ones are probably going to be built out of a different filament than this. I'm also looking at printer speeds. I'm messing with a bunch of stuff to get these to be as the best they can be. And I want to send that
Hmm.
information down to whoever's going to download the stuff in the future. Because someone's going to download it. Someone's going to want to make their own stuff out of it.
Yeah.
And yeah. That leads me into the thing that I am actually kind of pissed at Microsoft for. So, you heard about the third party they want to was it lockdown or
They want to limit what kind of third-party accessories can be used.
yeah but okay, someone did a post on it and I just want to find it quick. But it turns out I think Jez did it. Okay, guys.
Might have?
Do I have him muted? I think I'm muted. No, I don't. I unfollowed him because he did it. They did an article about it. But basically, there is the Zin cheaters. It won't stop them because you can't because it emulates a real controller. So this has kind of been a problem, and
It's the purpose of the direction they're going with this.
I don't know.
Gotcha.
Um, there's unauthorized disability and racing wheels and stuff, but I'm like, how many unauthorized racing wheels exist? I don't quite understand what this, like, I got the idea of what it was trying to do from the hop, but I don't actually know what the end goal is for this. And I'd really like to know, like, what they're going for with this. Like, what's the end goal?
Yeah,
So people only buy Xbox controllers? I can basically
I don't
guarantee you
think
that
that's the point.
90% of people who play on Xbox use official first party Xbox controller
Yeah,
because they get one with the console. And unless it doesn't do something you want, and or one that's actually should, and then I'd say of the 10% that aren't, they're either going to be like me, where it's just physical parts have been changed out for an aesthetic decision, or it's like a scuff controller or something that they just can't get with the official one.
yeah. And then the 0.5% is the people forced to use the terrible third party ones and the Mad Cats. And they invite friends over, and that's all they have. The janky one that never works. Yeah, that's
Yeah, that's
a
kind
very
of why I
small
wanted
leftover percentage.
to release easy to make sticks and stuff. I'm probably gonna work on a resin printable version of one of these because there's a lot of modelers out there that have resin printers
Hmm.
and have a resin print prototype, but it's of the original design. This design here, which was in multiple sections, but ultimately, I gotta just figure out how this works. That's all. But I really am just not keen on this. I feel like we need to find a happy middle ground here.
Yeah, it feels like there's definitely a communication mishap
I don't know if it's
because
communication mishap or someone decided this and no one's like actually thinking it the whole way through.
that's what I mean. Like, I feel like they haven't communicated why they're doing this, and you know, it, because we can't fully understand what they're going for yet, so it's hard to sympathize with it. So I feel like
I
most
feel
fans
like
are just
I feel
angry.
like if it's to combat cheating, then what you need to do is you need to have authorized, like if you want to be in a competitive game, you need to have, you can only use one of these.
Yeah, which makes sense because like you want to promote that fairness both as the people running the thing, but also the gamers because there's nothing more infuriating than doing something competitively and find out you didn't lose because of a skill difference, you lost because someone paid more to have a cheating controller. So
Or
like I
just
feel like
had
they would
cheaters in
advocate.
general. And
Yeah, I feel like they'd be pro that, instead of where we are now, which is just against everything because it seems so misguided.
yeah, I honestly, the thing about like racing wheels and disability accessories, like I know the adaptive controller is like really useful,
Hmm.
but couldn't you just use the adaptive controller to adapt a controller through it? Are you just I don't say this is like we're trying to just sell more adaptive controllers because honestly it's a product that does exactly what it needs to,
Yeah.
but it just seems like there's something happening here, and I have a feeling it's something to do with the OS. And they're probably, I don't know if it's like trying to ban stuff, but they're probably trying to improve something, and then this is a side effect of it.
Yeah. Because I mean, they're not a new company with this stuff. They definitely
No.
have to know how the metrics go. So there's got to be something else here.
Yeah, I feel like it's an OS up improvement, and this is the side effect.
Yeah.
Now, to be honest with you, I kind of hate the idea that adapters like the Brooks one might not be able to be used. Have they
Hmm.
done another the Brook? I don't think I've seen them do another um update on it, but
Nah,
it,
and
it
that's what I mean a bit by the miscommunication. It feels like they haven't really talked out what their plan is or given us any more insight. So I think that's why people are kind of just jumping to conclusions and worrying.
yeah, it's just been a mess of
Yeah, and I
stuff.
totally
And
get that feeling. It can be scary when you're like, oh,
well,
half my
that's the
stuff
other
won't fit
thing,
in
right?
here.
Like there's controllers you can buy that are that offer things that Xbox ones don't. Um,
Hmm.
for instance, there's like small form controllers that have, are just more compact for people with smaller hands.
Yeah,
Like the design of this one is decent for most hands, minus my stick modification here. But like this one, not quite as good. Uh, this one's actually just a little bit worse, which is
just
funny
reminds me of like
because like no, you
the
also
Deuce.
like if you look at them, you just can't tell the difference.
Yeah,
Like just by looking at them, you couldn't tell.
but then when you hold them, you're like, oh,
Yeah, when you hold them, you can really feel it. Like if you have an OG Xbox One controller lying around, and you have a One S controller and a Series controller, literally just go 1 to 1 to 1, and you will feel the difference. The Series one, because the One S one, they adapted it because like the battery covers don't even fit between the three of them. So I take this battery cover off. It won't actually fit in this. It's too wide. Actually, wait, maybe it will. Nope, it's too tall. It almost fits, but like if I take
yeah. I mean, the
these two,
differences
I
aren't
think are
huge.
interchangeable though. Yes, this is a third party one for a battery charger, but
Mhm.
the two ones I have here are interchangeable. We'll work between them because to make this more comfortable, what they did, it's very, very, very subtle, but this section here is actually wider. So it's wider here, so these buttons are bigger,
Mhm.
and then the controller's a little bit stout, like a little bit curved in here. Not a little bit more of a harsh angle, but it makes the controller overall more comfortable with the minimal amount of footprint change. Like if I put these on the desk side by side, you besides the D-pad and the share button, very hard to tell them apart. Holding them,
Mhm.
you'll feel a slight difference, but they still have they're still close enough that your muscle memory between one would transfer to the other. Uh,
Yeah, I think that's part of the point is transitioning to a better controller, but not making it so different that it feels like jumping into, a whole new thing. It feels like a small upgrade. Kind of like when you grow over time versus someone who sees you when you're 8 and then sees you again when you're 30. It's like, yeah, it's the same thing, but it's so different now. It feels like a completely new thing. Instead, this is more like, no, we'll slowly transition you towards the better stuff and keep the old one, as the
well,
blueprint.
sometimes you design something like if you're designing something, like even when I designed like a stick or whatever, right?
Mhm.
And I'm like, I'm gonna make a normal sized one. And then I had my plans and my ideas, and then I realized this just doesn't work. These multiple parts, they're small, they're finicky, and every time I click a piece into another piece, it just becomes more and more fragile, and then I have to get them to stick, and then you end up with stuff where it just doesn't put together, right?
Mhm.
Seams are weird. So I came up with a much simpler one-piece design that works. Now it has its own issues that I have to work through. So you do it like it's like, oh, I made one point. It's like I found this one online and it printed like ass. It actually never worked because the inside scratched the fuck up. You can't even see it, but the hole
Oof.
basically ate itself. So it just doesn't fit.
Mhm.
But it's like, okay, this didn't work. How do I make this better? And then I tried to
Yeah.
make it better, didn't make it better. And then I made a third design, and the third design worked like a charm after a little bit of revisioning and a little bit of dealing with printer tolerances, which happens.
Mhm.
But that's how you make something, right? Like you got to start somewhere, and you go, did I fix the problem? Yes, but sometimes by fixing the problem, you make another problem.
Oh yeah.
Perfect example
So
is it's like I designed these stupid clamps for this desk. Where is it? I had it the other day. It was just here, and I made a dumb mistake. I miscount. I forgot to allow for some very small tolerances, so the screw didn't fit
mhm.
through it. It's dumb mistakes like that that you do all the time, and it's not because you're dumb or there's something wrong with you. It's just you oversaw something. You overthought something. You're like, well, I need to fix this, and then you'll break something else in the process. And then sometimes by breaking something, you realize a better way to do it next time.
Yeah.
So the failure's part of the thing. So like making a fully functional controller, 'cause the thing is, it's not easy to make the full thing. Like I'm just making a part of it. Like one single part I'm designing. I'm designing like one part at a time.
Mhm.
And then you have to take all those parts and put them together into something to make it work. And you have all the tolerances to mess up on the way. Like I don't expect to be like, oh, I'm gonna just CAD out the whole front panel of one of these controllers, print it, and it'll be perfect.
Yeah.
That's why if you ever watch like maker stuff and people like, does it fit the first time? Like you go from CAD, like if you go straight from CAD to like making a real thing, computer assisted drawing something. I don't know what it stands for, but
Yeah.
CAD basically is how you do any of this stuff. You just model it out in 3D from a 2D object to a 3D object to printing it. And I highly doubt there's anyone out there who the first time they print, like the first time they sit down and design a thing, go from designing the thing and just print it right away. Like, yeah, it's good. Like if it's something super simple, like yeah, this sort of works as intended, but it has problems. It's not heavy enough. It needs more weight. The text is broken. Like you could print something like this, but that doesn't mean it's the final form it should take. You gotta learn, and you have to learn by fucking up.
Yeah. It's the best way to learn.
Yeah. So that's why I say I don't know what the final goal is here with the controller accessory ban or whatever,
Mhm.
but I really, really would like to know what the hell's going on there. Is it that they're because it could be something as simple as there are devices that are using either too much power or they're actually causing damage because they're not um working correctly.
Mhm.
And it's like, yeah, well, we want to because that's fair. There's a bunch of accessories you can use on a console that actually make the experience worse.
Mhm.
Like those intercoolers. Those things are never worth the money. They always make things worse. They never make them better.
Yeah.
All right. Anything else you want to talk about with the weird controllery craziness that's going on here? Because this is a big deal.
I'm not sure at the moment. Uh, if
These are
anything pops up, I can bring it up.
Yeah, these two have this and the Series S getting more expensive in Brazil for literally no reason have been massive like what the fuck moments for
Yeah,
Xbox at
that's
the
been
moment.
another communication thing because they haven't followed up on it, even though people have been asking and articles have come out. Of course,
I
the
know
Brazilian community also is, trying to reach out to them.
for sure, and they deserve an answer. It's like, can you fix
Yeah,
this? Because what's the point of
yeah,
having a lower powered console if it's
yeah.
suddenly
If it
more
costs as
expensive
much or
than the
more,
competitor?
yeah,
I think it was like $700. I don't think we actually talked about that much. I haven't really talked to you since the last week. You just had bad storms and couldn't get
yeah,
on, so that's fine. Kruger was here, but
yes,
yeah, I don't really understand what unauthorized devices are, and I kind of hope that this is something that can be smoothed over quickly.
yeah,
And I also hope that the Brazil thing gets rectified because that's fucking stupid.
yeah,
Literally
for
just
sure.
fucking stupid.
And they've been
Um.
transparent about a bunch of things, so I don't know why they wouldn't be more open about this.
Oh, I agree. I agree 100%. I just don't get it. What was the other? There was another piece of Xbox news this week that kept crossing my board.
Was it the Game Pass stuff with the employees? Do you know what
Okay.
I'm talking about?
Oh.
Phil Spencer came in and fixed that for them. People were heralding him as the goat
Oh,
because of
yes, I
it.
heard about that. There was yes, there was because Game Pass employees got Game Pass for free or whatever, which honestly makes
Yeah,
sense.
yeah, for sure. And some of the higher ups decided, no, they can get it at a discount, but it won't be free. And they were all pissed, so they go to Phil, and Phil's like, "What do you mean? Of course it's free." And now it is again. So you love to see it. It just goes back to what you always say about him, because it's true. Dude's a gamer. He likes the game. He gets it.
Just looking through here quick because I want to see if I saw it. Compulsion won um mid-sized company winner, best places to work in Canada 2023.
Yeah, love to see it.
Yep. Oh my god, that Tales of Arise DLC is around the corner.
Yeah, I am sad that it's not included with like the version I got, the Ultimate Edition, just because it's like, oh, $30. I'm like, well, I guess I'll wait for a sale because I didn't even finish the base game yet. I still have to go back.
Yeah, you really
There's
should
so many
finish it. It's
games
a
I gotta
great game.
finish. Yeah. Oh, I love the Tales of series. So good.
Yeah. Can we talk about IGN for a bit? And my reoccurring meme that I sent on a bunch of things because it's absolutely 100% true.
Yeah, they're so bad.
Okay, so hold on. Nope, not this one. It was yesterday. There was lots of stuff happening, but basically, that remember. I don't know if I talked about it with you or it was Kruger online, but
Mm.
um, there was a where the hell did it go? Oh my god, I'm getting so annoyed here. I got linked in something, and now there's like a billion. mentions here, and it's like all these likes. I'm like, great, thank you, thank you. Now I can't find anything.
Blowing up the notifications.
Yeah. Uh, yeah. Talking about controllers, but yeah, yeah. Actually, talk about this quick because I saw this come up. Someone was like, did not like the way Kane sounds in English, and I'm like, yeah, that's fine. And someone's like, then why'd you say anything? And I just said, you're allowed to say that that the actress or actor was not a great fit for the role. This happens.
Hmm.
That doesn't mean you need
Yep,
to smear campaign the actor or actress.
for sure. And it happens for many genres and with many talents. Doesn't mean they're bad. Just means it
Sometimes you
might not fit.
sometimes you just get miscast, and that's not a you problem.
Yeah.
That's 100% not a you problem as the actor. So you shouldn't drag them because they don't tell you exactly what the role is you're going for, right? They give you like
Yeah.
vague description.
Because it can also change. I know that happened with Starfield recently, where it was like the people who did the original main character protagonist voice, the male and the female ones, when they decided to go with voiceless protagonist, it's like, well, now what? So their jobs changed to do voices for different characters. You don't exactly get to know 100% how that's going to go. It kind of changes and modifies depending on what the game needs.
Yeah, it is. There you go. So apparently, Nickelodeon R Star Brawl 2 got 9 out of 10 from IGN. 2 points
The
higher than
original was
Starfield
so awful.
and 1 point higher than
Five
Spider Man 2. And I
and five
said,
points
welcome to
higher than
IGN,
COD.
where everything's made up and the points don't matter.
Whose line is it anyway?
No, it's just IGN. It's
No,
not,
no, I
it
mean
is
like,
whose lines anyway for the bit, but
yeah.
it's just, that's basically what IGN is now. It's like
I
the
mean,
scores don't matter.
I feel like it hasn't mattered in a while. We make fun of the Pokemon one, the 7 out of 10 to water kind of thing, and it's like it's been dumb for so long. I mean, when did Ruby come out? It was a Game Boy Advance game. That's what we're referencing.
Yeah.
Yeah, they've been dumb for so
But
long.
that's what I mean.
It's just
It's like this game gets a 9 out of 10. And now I don't want to be like, this is why I think numbered scores are awful. And why,
especially
if
accumulative
I
ones.
ever go back to doing reviews, I'm not using a numbered score. I'm going to use a word based system
Hmm.
because a game is not, it's so hard to be like, oh, this is so good. Like, it's so bad. It's like 9 out of 10 tells you, like, this is like almost perfect game. But I'm like, it's a fucking brawl fighting game that's a Smash Bros. Clone with Nickelodeon
Yep.
characters.
I hope they have voice lines this time because they didn't in the original. People were pissed.
That's very
Everything,
dumb, especially
especially for
with,
like an IP like this, where like the voices and the characters are like 90% of the content.
yeah, you want to play the game where you beat up someone in Squidward and whatever, and you want him to say the
Exactly.
lines when he's done.
It's gotta do that. There's a little laugh.
Yeah, you do.
Yeah,
You want that, but that's what I mean. But 60% a very good point here. It's like it's better than Starfield and Spider-Man 2.
yeah, and that's the thing with the numbered system. Even though you might not be thinking that, by giving this a 9 and giving them anything less than a 9, that's what you're saying.
And the
So
COD
like
campaign getting 4 out of 10.
that
I
pissed me off.
IGN's narrative on stuff is just so weird. And this is why I think numbered systems just in general need to go.
Yeah. They also tend to have the wrong people review things where it's like, "Hi, I'm going to review this RPG today and I hate RPGs." And then they'll have like, "Hi, I'm here to, interview this fighting game and then the fighting game gets a good one and everyone gets shit. We're like, well, they must know what they're talking about. It's like, well, no. In this circumstance, they very much did not.
Yeah, that's why I kind of just don't want kind of moved away from doing review type content because
Yeah.
one, it
I
takes
mean,
a lot of time, and two,
oh God, yeah.
um, no one's gonna be happy with whatever you say about it, regardless.
Exactly. Some people are going to be happy and agree with you, and the other half will,
Well, even
regardless of what
people
you
that
say.
agree with you are gonna be like, "Oh, I don't like this," but
Yeah.
it's true though that it's like a lot of the
It's all,
numbered scores are terrible for a lot of things because they don't portray everything well, like at
well, that's
all.
why I like. Do you remember in the old like Game Informers what they do? They're like music 1 out of 5. Gameplay, graphics, replayability. Like they give an
And then they
overall
add it
score.
together. But have you ever watched Now in the '90s? It's on YouTube. Um, Basically what they do is they go back to find the games that released 30 years ago to on like the week
Yeah,
of, and Pro Jared hosts it. And it's funny because there's a lot of times where it's like they thought this game was like the best ever, and it's Game Pro. And their reviews are always they're like the IGN of the day back then, where it's like this game is
yeah.
great, but it's like it's not great. I can't remember
Hmm.
which publication used to do it, but there was like one where it's got to be harder to do now because there's so many games that come out that need your
Hmm.
attention, and a lot of them are much longer than they used to be. So it's like you can't
Yeah,
just blow it at like you could blow an afternoon and beat a lot of Sega Genesis or NES games that weren't an RPG, like a long form RPG. They usually take like a week or so. But I mean, it's completely plausible to grab someone from the office to try a game out and be like, "Oh yeah, I thought it was pretty good," and give you like
yeah,
a more brief idea of what they thought.
yeah, for sure.
I just feel like that's an aspect of game review that's kind of lost.
I think that's one of the most important ones too, because not in a rude way, but you're either very biased for or very biased against the game these days. Because it's like if you're the RPG guy, for example, if that's all you play, you're gonna either be way more lenient or way more critical based on your personality because it's a genre you enjoy. Um, but that doesn't always matter when it comes to people who are like, "This is my first time trying this game. How is it?" Like, you might have a bunch of critiques because you play a million RPGs versus someone who's like, "Well, this is my first time, so I think everything's kind of neat." Like, the perspective is so different. And then you have the opposite side, of course, people who don't play a genre at all and they're annoyed because it's like, I can't believe the game does this. And it's like, well, that's actually a staple. It's not just this game. It's such a hard spot to be in. So when you see people with the AIs writing the articles now, all that, everything's so
Kotaku,
disingenuous.
Kotaku
Hmm.
shit, guys. Don't ever read Kotaku.
Yeah,
Friends
I mean
don't
they've
let
always been shit, but
friends don't
recently,
let
oh,
friends read Kotaku articles.
exactly. That's how you know if your friend's real or not. Tell him you're gonna read a Kotaku article, and if he doesn't try to stop you, he ain't it. He's not a real friend. He's
Just
just here to
walk
watch you
away.
suffer.
Just leave. If they ask you what Kotaku is, then you're like, ah, oh, good.
Yeah, exactly. You're like, oh, thank God you haven't been tainted.
Kotaku like used to be decent, and then they went for the clicks and sensational stuff, and now they've just like fired most of their staff and get AI to write articles.
Yeah. Which the ironic part is the fact that I can't tell if the articles have gotten worse or better since that started is probably not a great sign for
I
for
mean, I
Kotaku.
guess, but I haven't ever read their articles. I don't even put ad blocker on. I don't even give them time of day. I won't even give them eyeball views or click counter looks.
Oh, same. I have saved you a click video games like that guy. So people will submit articles to him and he basically sums up the article and talks about why it's not the clickbait, like in a quick, little paragraph. So I'll see those articles and like the picture of it, and I'm like, oh, that's such bullshit. And he's like, yeah, the answer's no. Like you'll see, is blank co-op or is Starfield coming to PlayStation? And then instead of the whole article, the guy's just like, no. Saved you a click.
Well,
Ugh.
because this happened, it's like
Yeah,
no one
exactly.
cares about your bullshit retelling of story of life. There,
Is Spider-Man actually Game of the Year? Is the new
I
Mario
think
game?
no. I know a lot of people are like, oh, it's really good, but honestly, I feel like to be game of the year, you need to be a game first,
Yeah.
and I feel like Spider-Man is not a game first.
No,
And
especially
that's
the
not
new
even
one.
me. That's not even me trying to be like Spider-Man can't be because it's like no, I just it's a game that's based on a
Pe-
film, if
yeah.
like and a film that's
People
based on
were
a
also
comic
really
series.
pissed. The new Spider-Man suit for Miles at the end is just an ad for like an Adidas or something thing. His new costume that everyone hates is actually the whole reason he wears it is because it's advertising the uh version of that they're trying to sell. And it's like, dude, come on.
I
You're
mean,
advertising
we can go
your
on like
main
X
character.
the Xbox shop, but like that's yeah, that was one of my favorites when people were because people this week were talking about advertisements in game. Was it last week?
Yep.
And
Uh,
it's like
yeah, because of the Call of Duty thing that Microsoft did, where they had a quick splash screen saying, "Hey, it's coming soon. If you want the Vault one, you can play the campaign today."
okay,
And people were like,
so
"Oh, they're
funny
forcing
story.
ads on me."
When I was playing this on stream, there's a Doritos vending machine just chilling in the lobby. And then it gets
Mm-hmm.
massacred. I'm like, oh no, look what they did to the Doritos vending machine. How could you? I'm
Do you
like,
remember Death Stranding and the really subtle monster ads?
can we talk
Or
about the
or
Coleman
even
camping gear in this game? Final Fantasy 15? How about Energizer batteries in this version of Alan
Alan Wake?
Wake? Along
Mm-hmm.
with Sync by Microsoft and what was the other one? Ford? I think it was Ford. There's like a
Yeah.
Ford
What
ad
about
in this game.
GameStop ads in like Burnout Paradise on the billboards? There was literally this game coming soon.
What's another one that's got we've got ones in it? Uh, I know I have one that's got like just straight up ads in it. But there's a lot of
I
racing
mean,
games that had them. But
yes, sports games too. They literally have like Gatorade advertisements and new shoes, and it's like,
to be
okay,
honest with you, for sports games it kind of makes sense.
well, yeah, because it just feels like a real sports,
Yeah, it grounds it in
establishment where it's
reality.
like the
So getting the
stadium.
actual
Yeah,
sponsors to have advertisements in the game makes sense. But why is it? Because it's like, oh, there's full page ad because this game's coming. You
my
just
favorite
hit
though is people
B.
made
You
it seem
just
like
hit
it was
B.
this.
You
Yeah,
just hit
they made
B.
it sound like this unblockable, terrible, and it's like you literally hit the B button and it's gone, and it doesn't bother you again. It happened one time when your Xbox starts up, and that was because they were like, "Hey, the game's coming soon," and it's a first party now, so it's not like they're just bullshitting you with a bunch of random stuff. They're like, "Hey, we own this now, so just saying, if you want to play early, cool. If not, bye." Like that's it. It wasn't an unskippable
Can I
cutscene. It wasn't
say
a video.
I had a worse experience on the PS4 actually many moons ago. I think it was for Destiny 2 and they literally just stuck a Destiny 2 uh so if you're one of those people who like maybe turns on your console and maybe you have to start up your game again and you boot up your console and you hit the button and you haven't turned on the TV yet. Could you
Hmm.
imagine if the first icon that your thing's on is an ad
Yeah.
for a game that you have no desire to play? I mean,
Yep.
yeah, the full page thing does the same kind of deal, but you could have seen that. Oh, I'm in the. Oh, excuse me. Oh, I'm in the
All right.
store. I don't want to be here, and then you
Yeah.
just leave. So
I mean, Yeah, I don't think people realize not only even game decades. I mean, even as back as like NES, some of them had the. But even if we're just saying that, how many games do you start up and they jump immediately to the battle pass? Or how many
Now, oh my
times,
god, like all of them.
yeah, how many games do you play where it starts you in the microtransaction store, or a little thing pops up like, hey, the new season of this just started, or hey, prepare to buy this because this is coming to our store. Everything has ads, and I'm not defending it. I'm just saying I find it insane that people are going to get pissy about this specific thing when they haven't cared about anything else, when it's
I mean,
arguably
if I
way
boot up
worse.
Monster Hunter, it'll have a thing in the corner that says
Hmm.
this is available. If you boot up Resident Evil 2, it'll say Resident Evil 3 is now available
Hmm.
in it.
Sometimes they have the little banner scrolling, like I
It's got a
remember the
little
old Call of Duties
banner.
did that.
There's a little banner. There's a thing like Microsoft Store, like on the page.
Yeah. Or like
You, this is
Overwatch, the
not,
little window in window.
yeah, Overwatch telling you what's going on or what's in the store or whatever.
Yep.
It's
And
not
that's super
super
common.
it's not super intrusive, but I mean, like, is that the same as like when you boot up Overwatch now and there's the I can't remember, is it Ellis the S Thief or whatever? I don't even know. It's very French looking, but I know they're Korean. But there's
Yeah.
like sometimes you'll get the Overwatch World Cup, or you'll
Yeah, and
get
that's random.
the or you'll get the 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 K-pop skins,
Yeah.
and it's
Which I
like
appreciate because not only is it cuter, but then it plays the song, which has definitely been stuck in my head. It's actually such a good song. You would never be able to tell they're Korean too, hearing it.
I could tell.
They, I'm awesome. I could tell. Yeah, they have that like early to mid 2000s pop sound, in my opinion, and it's really good. It just takes me back nostalgia wise because it sounds like the equivalent of a boy band, but with girls. And we don't really have that anymore. We don't even have boy bands really anymore. So many people are just solo artists. So it just takes me back. I appreciate it.
I am not against the like, oh, we're gonna do these promo things because usually they give you something free and there's something paid and there's whatever.
Yep.
But
There's some games I play that do something to kind of entice you to go to their store. Like one game I play, every day they give you a free item, but you have to go to the store to get it. And obviously you don't have to buy anything, but by basically saying, hey, if you want this free thing, come to the store. Oops, now you see all the stuff that's on sale. Like, even though you're not being told you have to buy anything, by going in there, you might be like, oh, look, this thing's on sale. Might as well grab this. That's the same thing as showing an ad. It's just a subtle way of, tricking you by saying, come check the store out. You can pick your free thing up on the way out, but you got to walk through the gift shop. Like, it's not a new practice at all.
oh, the
And
gift shop thing, that's as old as time.
exactly. Putting it near the exit. So it's like, oh, well, since you're just go through the gift
Now
shop.
we're
Oh,
heading through
is
the
that
gift shop on the way out,
yeah,
or it's right
exactly?
by the
You can't
exit.
leave unless you go through the gift shop.
Mm-hmm.
It's the only exit we have.
Yep, 100%. So I find it very disingenuous that people are acting like this full page banner ad is something that only Nintendo does it too, kids.
Hmm. In fact, I
And
like
Nintendo,
my Nintendo
if I'm being
Switch thing,
honest,
but
like if I boot up my Switch right now, without even opening it up on the side panel there, available now, new
yep, it's got
Wario
three
game.
different things.
And
Hmm.
you can click on them, you can hit Y and look at your featured news.
Not just that, when you click to go to the Nintendo Switch Online thing, it's
Plus
got
Pokemon.
tons of
I
ads
know,
everywhere.
I'm just, cause I don't know if you can see it very well, but the last one's in Japanese, cause I have two accounts.
Oh,
Because you
mine's the
have
same
to have
way.
two accounts for Japanese
I
stuff.
mean, exactly, and it's not region locked anymore, so like you
You just
can get
make
a
it,
Japanese account for
yeah.
free, and
You
then
just go make a Japanese.
download the Japanese demos and
What
stuff that you
sucks is
wouldn't be
that
able
you
to
used to
play.
be able to buy um yen cards on Amazon.co.jp for like not very much extra.
Yeah.
Then people caught on that people were doing that, and now they're like charging a huge premium on them, and I'm like, you son of a bitch.
Yeah, it's
Uh,
become not worth it now.
yeah. It's like, because sometimes you could actually get games cheaper on the Japanese eShop than the North American one, because the way the exchange rate and whatever worked out. But now
Yeah,
that you have to spend like an extra 200-300 yen per dollar.
yeah, it just kind of balances out the entire reason you do it.
Well, meh.
And you used to be able to share your NES account with anyone on your console. Nintendo Switch Online, I mean, not Nintendo Entertainment System. But you can't do that anymore. So I used to be able to just use the Japanese versions of the emulators and play the Japanese exclusive games. And now I can't do that unless I buy Nintendo Switch Online for my Japanese account too. And I'm not about to spend an extra $30 doing that.
Oh no. Warner Brother
Wow.
Games is gonna be focusing on live service games, kids.
Ugh. You'd think they'd learn.
Yep. I just can't handle this crap. You're gonna make service games. They make the monies. The kids love them.
So many people have been burned on those, and ironically, not many of the people burned have been the players. These companies keep burning their money trying to make it.
Honestly, I feel like trying to chase down the service games at this point is is a fallacy. So you're not going to like you'll get some success if you have like a good IP and a fun enough game or
Mhm.
addictive enough gameplay loops that people actually want to play it. But in the long run, I think you're fucked.
Yeah,
I think
in
it's
my opinion,
yeah, go
make
ahead.
the game fun, focus on the gameplay loop, and everything else will fall into place. When you try to put monetization first, you are never going to have a game with fun because no one is going to play it long enough for monetization to even. I know it
Everyone
sounds
just like
crazy.
that. Massive L. Yep. Like the thing is with service games and everyone being like, "Oh, we gotta go mobile." There's so many people on mobile. Every day, we hear about a new mobile game shutting down. Like every day.
Mm-hmm.
Like this game's
And
gonna be
every
shutting
other day,
down in
it's a
4
Square
months.
one.
Like maybe the Kingdom Hearts one will last a little longer than everything else, but it's been this awful reoccurring theme of oh no, gotta do this, gotta have these
Mm-hmm.
service games, engagement, 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 and I think players are mostly sick of it.
I know I am. One of the things they forget too is every time one of these games fails, people are less likely to put money into the next one because they know it's not going to last.
Yep, that's what I mean. It's like when you have service games like Babylon's Fall, when it shut down, there was like one person playing it on Steam still. It's like there was one person still playing your game. You shut down the servers. It's like, wow, absolutely ridiculous. just absolutely ridiculous. The whole concept of this. Yes, but um, moving to service-based games just leads you to nothing good.
I feel like by calling your game a service-based game, you've already done a disservice. Make a fun game, and then if it lasts longer, that's good. By saying, hey, we're going to make this a long-lasting chunk of monetization, I'm already less interested. You didn't even say the word game.
Yeah, we're just trying to make money first.
Yeah. Which, like, I get it. People try to defend it. They're like, they're business. Of course they're trying to make. Yeah, I know. But when I buy food from a place, they don't mock me and say, like, oh, this is going to be the long-lasting burger. If you want lettuce and bacon and stuff, you can come back up and we'll sell it to you at an upcharge after. Like, they just give me my fucking food and then I give them money because that's how business works. I know they want my money, but they're still going to give me my product. They're not going to half-ass it and gloat about, oh, but it's the best and it's the newest, and that's why you have to get more later.
Service games, in my opinion, are in this weird position where I feel like you can have a few, but if you have too many, you start cannibalizing your own. You're fighting it yourself,
100%.
and
Because you're trying to be that long-lasting thing, and people only have so much time to game. They can't possibly juggle four of those at one time. Doesn't work that way.
yeah, a lot of people will just be like, "I'll just play the thing I already play instead.
Exactly.
I'll go play this instead." Well, why don't we play this instead?
It's just it feels dumb that every single game is trying to compete to be the one game instead of remembering that you can like many games if they're short and sweet, or even if they get content later, but they're, not trying to give you here's the dailies and oh, but if you don't play for 6 hours at a time, you miss out on blah blah.
I mean,
Just make it a fun game.
I feel like Monster Hunter World kind of straddles this line of being a solid game, but also having service game esque things in it.
Mhm.
Like, for instance, you get daily login bonuses in Monster Hunter World, but they're usually for
Yeah,
like things like, oh, you get rations, or you get potions, or you'll get something like that. And there's like coupons to get food and whatever.
but there was never something that was like you missed a day, you're punished. It was more just like, oh hey, what's up? You're here for the first time. Here's some free shit.
Enjoy. Here's some double money tokens.
Yeah. Like that happened to me recently in a game I played where I got pissed because um every 2 weeks you earn enough little, daily things to get the big bonus. And I was on like day 11 or 12 yesterday. And I got on and I realized I'm like, oh, it's already late. Um I better get on. And half the game is in maintenance, so I can't do the daily things. And then I'm like, oh, well, I'll at least pick up this thing 'cause you have to enter PvP to get daily tokens for a thing. And it was like, no, it's in maintenance, so you can't. So not only could I not pick up the stuff that I needed to do the dailies, it was like, you're being punished now. You should have 6 hours ago decided to get on here, but now you can't, even though the day's not over yet because maintenance is going on for certain things. So now I missed out on that and I have to reset the streak, and I missed out on picking those token things up. So now I have less of the entire event to do stuff with. It's a mess. You get penalized in games so much if you don't go on the exact time every day to get the things and do the stuff. It's
What I
exhausting.
don't understand is why, why, why do I need a game
Why?
that requires me to play it like it's a job? I think that's kind of the reason
Exactly.
why I keep sticking with Overwatch is because people will play it, but I don't even look at the daily quests, and I always end up with
Oh,
finishing
same.
most of them. I don't even look at the dailies or the weeklies. None of it. I
I
just play
totally
the
forget they're
game,
there.
and
Hmm.
I get rewarded for just playing the game. And
Yeah,
I'm
and that's one
like,
of the reasons I think people like stuff like COD and Overwatch because sure you can play it a lot and blow away time instead of a nice story or whatever, but you get rewarded for playing, which is what games seem to forget these days because you have to grind everything for anything.
I know that like Kirk could be like, oh, I gotta go play all roles so I can get this thing, and I'll be like, yeah, whatever, I'll just do this.
Yeah.
Let me look at them quick, cause like,
The only time I try to really do one is if I'm like, oh, then I get this done so I can get the big reward.
I
And
feel
then I'm
like
like,
most of the
okay, the
weeklies
rest,
are like win 5 games or play 10 games, or a lot of them are
yeah.
like, oh, we found a cheater last night, boys.
Oh God, we found a couple.
I don't know who got.
Remember? Oh, because it said someone
It just said someone did when I
reported.
when I logged in to look at the
Yeah, I think it was that
challenges.
Hanzo who
Okay,
was
win 1 game,
360 no scoping.
complete 3 games queued for all roles. This is for battle pass
Is that?
experience. I don't really need battle pass experience. No backcapping
Oh yeah.
allowed. Contest or capture objective for up to 250 seconds. What doesn't kill
And
me?
there's
Mitigate 2,000 damage without dying.
that's not that bad.
I mean,
Yeah, it's basically play your role. Get a certain amount of damage with damage. Get a certain amount of healing with healers. Mitigate a certain amount with tanks.
weeklies complete 20 games will queue for all roles. Wins grant double progression. I only ever do like 2 of the 3, and I
Yeah,
get
well,
like
I mean, because the
50
rewards
coins
get
a week.
progressively worse. Yeah,
Roll
they get
mastery.
progressively worse, so it doesn't
Yeah.
really matter.
Play 30 games, wins grant. Oh, complete 30 games, wins grant double progression.
I
Complete
do
30
appreciate that.
games.
It's annoying when it's like, do this thing a bunch of times, but I don't mind it as much when it's like, do it a bunch, and if you're better, it goes quicker.
Uh, change of pace. Complete 15 games and Mystery Heroes Free for All Deathmatch or any arcade mode.
Sounds like it's time for Mr. Heroes
I
tonight.
already did it. No, I hate
Oh,
Mystery
okay.
Heroes now.
I know, that's why I said
I
it.
didn't mind it before, but lately it's been just bad.
I always think it's funny because, like, you'll fight a team of, like, five tanks
Earn 8
and, like,
progression
terrible
levels.
damage.
That's credits. No one cares about those. I have like 30,000 of those.
I mean, I care about them just because I have, like, 200, but yeah. I think I have more Overwatch
Oh, I
tokens.
did get the.
Wait, I know it.
Oh, I got the Junkrat skin.
Yeah, his is actually really good too. Like it absolutely his emote and skin feels like something you'd buy in the shop for 2,000,
The girl
which is
skins are way better
outrageous.
though.
Oh, 100%, but they're also, 2 or 3 times the cost of a normal skin.
Not really. They're just the usual expensive skin bundle.
No, the bundle was
No, but I mean like the
5,000?
bundle. Each one is like what they usually cost for one of these
Oh, you mean
bundles.
like each single one?
Each
Yeah.
single one was, but the bundle was actually like reasonably cost in comparison.
Yeah, I think it was the cost of 3 of the girls, but you get 5.
It's 2.
2 of the girls?
Yeah, it's like 25 each US for one. And then
Yeah,
it
was it
works out. It
5,000 or
works out to like
7,500?
I don't think I can because I bought it. I think it couldn't have been 75 because I bought the coins.
Because yeah, same. But the 51 also gave us like 50% extra, which is the
Yeah,
only
which
reason
it
I
was
was
10,000
willing
coins.
to.
So it would have been because I still have 3,059 left over.
Yeah, so maybe it was 7,500, and then you had a little bit beforehand.
It was
Because if it was
it was
only
basically
5,000,
one
you'd
of
had
those the only two I
5,000.
wanted were Kiriko and Eva because I play those two
Ava?
characters.
Yeah.
But if it's the same price as to get all five as it's just get the two, then
Yeah, exactly. Then
you're
why
just gonna
not?
buy all of them. I think they did that on purpose.
Yeah.
So you'd buy all of them, but
Oh, 100%. I liked 3.5 of the five because I
I
played
like
3.5 of
Sombra's
them.
one. I like Briggs
Yeah,
one. Tracer's one's okay. She's got that puffy
yeah.
jacket thing going, and I'm never too keen on those. That's just me in general.
And Brig, I don't really play her as much, but I didn't have any good skins for her, so I was happy.
I mean, Briggs a good character.
Yeah. Persona 5 Tactica coming out next Friday?
Yeah, it came out early on Steam because it released in
Yeah, then they
1969.
yeah, then they immediately took it back, but apparently some people are now playing, so be careful for spoilers. I love how everyone's complaining though. They're like, Persona 5 Tactica, Atlas's newest entry, and we're gonna do everything. It's a Persona 6 experiment. It's like, guys, it really hasn't been that long. You should have seen how long it was between some Persona games.
Literally 4 was so long.
Yeah.
Oh, I should put some of these controllers away. Or find a way to display them in a nice way. Because I'm probably going to want to do that. There's going to be some cool ones soon.
Yeah.
Gotta make everyone jelly of my cool controllers.
I forgot there's still a bunch to talk about. The Microsoft Rewards thing, the new community.
Yes. I can actually bring that up. This one.
Sure.
This is the one with batteries in it. Hold on, I'm just trying to find which controller had batteries in it. I lost the chat for a second there. There we go. Turn on the TV. TV. I know there's a feature to turn on the TV with the Xbox, but because I have a capture
Yeah.
card in the loop, it won't work.
I was gonna say, I was like, yeah, I got that.
Yeah,
It's nice because
it's not
you can
because
turn it off with it too.
yeah, it's not because of it's because of the capture card. It just interrupts the signal.
Yeah, which
So
makes
it's
sense.
weird. Okay. Microsoft Reward. Where are you at? This is actually kind of disappointing to see this, but
100%. It just
whatever.
keeps getting worse.
Yeah, I don't know if it's just we're adjusting things. I want to fix stuff, but earn an achievement in a game gets you 5 points now. It used to get you 50. Play
Yep.
Minecraft gets you 5 points. It used to get you 50.
They used to have the what was it called? The punch cards. They got rid of those. They used to have huge bonuses for doing streaks. They got rid of those. The big completion one at the end of the month, if you did a bunch, that got cut.
Hey, hold on one second. I was going to boot the mobile app because I saw something about points the other day for just logging in. And I'm like, yep. Provide optional data. No. Yep, that's right. Let's go. Fun fact, kids, don't let them have your personal data. You can help it. Even if they give you something
Yeah.
free, ain't worth it. Nope, apparently it's gone. Because I saw it the other day. Riot titles. I don't care about riot titles. Games you might like. Okay. Nope, it is not here. I saw like a login on mobile thing the other day. Ooh, you can play Dead Space on the cloud now. Why would you want to do that though? With Dead Space. Yeah, get 11 deaths in Limbo.
It's such a weird one.
I mean, honestly, I feel like the I think to get an achievement in a Game Pass one should just be like if you get achievement. If you're gonna make it 5 apiece, okay? It should be every time you get an achievement in a Game Pass game.
Yeah, especially because it doesn't count the retroactive ones. You have to go out and get a new one, and
Yeah,
it's
it's I
like,
mean, you can
okay,
get a new one. What if you play a game and it's like, so since you play a game for like 5, like you're supposed to game the system? Honestly,
yeah,
if you want to offer like uh whatever the point value of the achievement is as Microsoft reward points, I think that'd be better.
hmm,
Because then the most someone could get off a game be 1,000. Yeah, people
yeah,
would do whatever to get 1,000. You could even have it be 50% of the gamer score or whatever you get from the game. And then it'd be 500.
yeah.
That's fair. If someone did all the achievements.
And that would entice them to be playing multiple games on Game Pass, because that's the reason they want to do that. They want you to have to try new games, so you might find something
I
to
know
play,
there's people that
give you
like
that value.
that will use the like Microsoft points to buy stuff on the store or like, but are you really losing at that point if you're offering people this? Like instead of stuff like this, where it's like get these deaths, be like earn X achievements in a game. It's like
Yeah.
unlock achievements or play 3 different Game Pass games. Okay, I could just go. I could literally just be like, all right, there's some Game Pass games. Let's go. There's one. You know, like there's one.
Yeah.
Okay, one. Here, I'll do it right now for you kids. Like, where's? Let me get another one. Oh, there's 2. Like, uh, that 360 banner. Like,
You'd love to see it.
it's just, I think it's dumb. Some of these are dumb. Like, honestly, I think rewarding people for playing the game would be better. Like, I think even if it was 5 points per achievement you could unlock,
Yeah.
people would be okay with it. Oh, I need 3. Oh, come on, Han. Um, it's the HDR kicking in, so you get to see my craziness. But like, there you go. I did the thing. That's how quick you can do that one. I feel like either rewarding how much time people play or how many achievements they earn in these games is probably better than being like, just earn an achievement for 5 points. 5 points per achievement would be better. Okay. And then if if you need to limit it because you don't want them to have get too many points, be like, you can only earn this many a week.
Yeah.
Have like 10.
Which, it makes sense.
But let them like do whatever. I just like listening to her sing.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, it's honestly just a weird decision in my opinion.
Yeah.
Because basically you can only use the points towards stuff on their store anyway, so that should have popped it, right? No, wait. It didn't? It didn't. Broken.
Love it.
Play 4 different Game Pass games. I honestly feel like just Oh, I had to install to play. Ugh, too much work. Can't just cloud Minecraft. That's the thing. A lot of times, it's like I just don't do the quest because it's like play Minecraft, okay, but no thanks. Like I don't play the game. Like maybe give people the option of like you can earn like weekly ones. You could earn like this many of them. I don't know. What opinions do you have on this?
I mean, th- they've upped the price of how much it costs to get some rewards, and they've lowered the price of how much. I mean, they lowered the rewards of how much you can. I don't know if they're trying to scare people away from using the system, or if they just have a clear misunderstanding of what makes it valuable in general. But they need to make some changes because they're continuously messing with shit like this. But then we have the Xbox DVR that's needed an update for like a decade, and the dashboard people complain about because it's not showing enough of their backgrounds. But instead of fixing stuff like that, we're getting like more ad slots. It's frustrating because it feels like the people working on it are not the people that are listening and trying to help out with the community. It feels like there's just two separate groups, and one of them wants to help the gamers out, and the other one
Yeah,
button.
because I feel like the achievement one is just because the thing is you could replace some of these with or do this instead.
Yeah,
Like play Minecraft or an achievement in a Game Pass game.
you used to also have, besides the punch cards, which were nice, it was like buy this game and get 5,000
The
something,
rewards are still in
which
beta
like
apparently, so I guess they're still messing with it, but like
yeah, but they've been in beta for like 4 years now. And not that that makes it less beta, but it's all I don't know. It's like how Fortnite was in beta for like 5 or 6 years. It's like at some point it's not beta anymore. You've updated it enough, and people have been using it. It's released. It's just you're fixing it past release. That's fine. Unfortunately, everything does that these days.
hmm, Microsoft rewards is a mixed bag.
Yeah,
When it's great, it's great. When it's not, it's not. There's also the Bing rewards that you can get on top of it to add to it. It's like, but I don't want to use the Bing ones. Where it's like, oh, I gotta go search things, and it's like, I
yeah.
honestly
It
don't
doesn't
search
give you much back
for
too.
a lot of things. I don't search the internet for just random things a lot all the
Hmm.
time. Not that I don't go look for things when I need stuff. And sometimes I'll go
Yeah.
looking for something. Like I was trying to find what the hell is it called? The other day I went to go Bing search something and it was and like all my reply like my results were not what I was looking for at all. It's like, oh, you want this? No, because there's a way. There's like there's a way to do some things. It's like I just need, you know, like if you're looking
Yeah.
for, I was looking for like controller parts or whatever, or just dimensions on things, or if someone had tried to do something, or you know, there's
Hmm.
so much just weird random crap that I'm just like, that's not what I was looking for.
Yeah. It's weird too because it's like search 20 unique things, and it's like, what is that? what does that mean? 20 things that aren't related to each other? I don't have that many things I care about. I'm just gonna type in random continuously be like, sure, sure, sure. Like, it's just weird.
Can we talk about GTA for a second? Because I had a
Uh,
disagreement with some people over GTA this week.
which stuff? The six announcement they just made, or stuff about five?
Are they actually making an announcement about six? Is it actually going to happen?
Yeah, it Rockstar supposedly came out and said, yes, we have a trailer coming for you early next to show off some gameplay and stuff. And everyone's losing their minds today about it.
Okay, can we just talk about GTA for a second and just the general
Yeah.
sense of the franchise and its fandom and such a thing? When you think GTA, what do you think of?
Um, it that depends. Like, I think of Liberty City and Vice City and the fun I had on like, PSP. I think of the older games because those were where I had more fun. The nostalgia. I don't think of GTA Online because the first year I played it, it was like, oh, this is fun and different. And then I stopped because it was like, but it's getting kind of boring. And then it's been a decade, and it feels like such a sham and a hollow shell of what the franchise once was.
I just think the series itself is just it's derived entirely out of parody and being as edgy
Oh
as
god, yeah.
possible at all times. And
At
when I
this point,
said
it feels
that,
like
people were
Hollywood, the game.
when I said to people that I'm like, the series is super edgy, I got responses like, no, it's not. It has such great storytelling. I'm like, by being edgy. Like the game is literally called Grand Theft Auto. How can you not be an edgy game with a title like that?
Yeah.
Because it originally came out where having crime based shows and video games were not very normal. Like, I guess when Sopranos was like the biggest it's ever been, or
Hmm.
just finished airing, you know,
I believe
shows
so.
about like, so it's trying to like tap into that Sopranos Scarface kind of aesthetic, and that's kind of what the first one was trying to be. Then there was the London version of 73 in London, I think was the second one.
Hmm.
And then there was Grand Theft Auto 2, which was a mixed bag of mixed bags. Like it was a step up in some ways and a step down in others. And then Grand
Yeah.
Theft Auto 3 was completely and utterly 3D. And in my
Yeah, that was the first big
opinion,
one for them.
it put them on the map, but the thing is that it was still edgy because people were always like, "Oh yeah, you can go beat up hookers and do all this stuff." Yes, and that's not edgy.
Yeah. I feel like Saints Row came along, and the first one was like, we can be GTA, and then by the second one, they're like, I don't think we want to be GTA. We're insanity based story because that's what this game
a
is.
lot of
It
people, a lot of people hate Saints Row, but Saints Row the Third is like such a fun game, and it gives me
the
those.
franchise was great for sure.
I I wanted to like Grand Theft Saints Row 4, but I just didn't. I couldn't.
I enjoyed it, but not as a Saints Row game. It felt like a mini super game. Like all I did was insurance fraud, beating people with no bats and guns, and
Grand Theft Auto
jumping off
3
buildings
was
and
like
gliding.
Saints Row 3 was like old school. Um,
Yeah,
it was basically a parody of a parody.
yeah, it came full circle.
yeah, it went full circle, and then it's like, oh, then we're gonna be just even more silly than this because we can. And then we're like, yes, let's be this completely ridiculous game where you start off the game robbing a bank with Johnny Gatmask on, and then he's gonna die, and it's like, but Johnny was like the best guy, and it's like so weird.
Yeah, and then they immediately retconned it. Get out of hell,
Get Out of Hell is
or
a funny name because I absolutely love that it's a Meatloaf reference, and
yeah,
in the cover it looks very close to Bad Out of Hell one.
yeah.
Its cover.
It was great play on words.
Oh, it's absolutely great. It's like it knows exactly what it's trying to be, and it's more fun than four, in my opinion. But I still didn't finish it because I kind of get burned out on those big open world games very quickly because it's just like fly through this, go through here, do all the stuff, and I'm like, but it's a mess. It's just a mess. It's wanting everyone to be trying to push for like political correctness or whatever they were going for in the new one, which is not what the
Yeah.
series was good at. And
I mean, if
then,
anything, the series would have mocked it originally, instead of jumping into
yeah,
the ultimate irony.
yes. Have you gotten to sit down and watch South Park Enter the Panderverse?
I haven't yet. I saw some previews of it. Cartman was dreaming about
He's
all of
having a
them
nightmare about
at the bus
Kathleen
stop.
Kennedy, and then
Yeah, hey,
there's like an evil
it,
Cartman going
it
around
was so
who's
good
like,
though
make
because
everyone,
like
make it a girl, gay girl, and make them lame.
when
And
they're
it's
all
like,
at
what?
the bus stop and they're all different
Oh,
women,
the
and
preview one?
he wakes up. Yeah, he wakes up screaming, and he's like, his mom goes in like, "What is it?" He's like, "I had a dream again where I was the politically correct woman," and she's like, "Yeah," and he's like, "Yeah, and I cared about also."
Can you check my
Oh,
bed to see if Kathleen Kennedy's under
can
it?
you make sure she's not under my bed, ma'am?
Yeah, it's so funny.
But it was so cute that he said all my favorite people. It was just him, Stan, Kenny. Oh, he does care.
Oh, he does. He's always cared, but like,
Yeah. I meet your parents.
yeah,
He's slightly less of a, only slightly.
only slightly. He only goes through all the things to just piss off people, to just get a rise out of them.
Exactly. Which, to be fair, kids do that all the time. They just aren't
Yeah,
smart enough to go to schools he does.
he takes it
But
to
they're
an
definitely crazy
extreme
enough.
that's absolutely ridiculous. But it like being 100% honest. It's so funny to me that they did a whole a thing like that where it's like if you pander to people, you just sell to no one, and you really do. Like if you start pandering to like one audience in particular, especially an audience that never cared about your product to begin with. Like when you start
Yeah, exactly.
censoring games or censoring content to take out the stuff that your fans liked, who are you trying to appeal to? New people? You literally just ostracize all the old people you like that liked your stuff.
Yeah. And the people that you satisfied, they're not gonna buy your product anyway. So like, congratulations. All you did was lose fans.
Sorry, someone said something,
No worries.
and I had to just reply with the Mizuzu. Gotta hit them with the Mizuzu. It was how you support some. How about you support some gym station devs for instead? Never. Honestly, I bought enough PlayStation games in my time that I have supported the devs and tried to support the ones that I actually liked, but it didn't matter. They got shut down.
Mm-hmm. It's disappointing.
So why would I care about your products? Why should I buy your
Mm-hmm.
stuff if you make stuff I don't want to play? Again, I'm not trying to be like Xbox just makes better games because I don't think that's true. I just think that they're not trying to chase down one fad like a lot of publishers seem to be doing. That's why we're seeing stuff like we're going all in on this on service games. Yeah, but who cares?
Yeah.
Oh, it's only 35 hours long. That's not bad. Persona 5 Tactica, Mitsu review. 33 out of 40. But is it better than Sonic? Isn't Sonic Forces like almost a perfect score with theirs?
I mean, it did way better than it deserved, if what was correct.
Sonic
I
Forces is not a bad game, but it's not a great game. It's fun enough.
It was fun enough, but I wouldn't say it was a good game. Wise, it was graphically, it was lacking. Uh, you could make a fun abomination, but like it didn't add much to the game. It was funny though.
Hmm. 11 more cheats for the DLC. Kids on Reddit playing 30 FPS games saying they're unplayable. Yeah, we got not. That's dumb. I don't know. I just find this whole. We have to appeal to a wider audience, and then you appeal to no
I
one.
hate that.
I mean, if
Silent
I want
Hill's
to
doing
appeal
it
to a
too.
wider audience, what do I gotta do? Shit on Xbox? We actually say bad things about Xbox
Yes.
all the time. I say weekly. I
But you have
say
to shit
things
harder.
that are bad about Xbox, but it's like all drowned out because Because the thing is, there's nothing stopping you from taking the stick design that I made and plugging it into a DualShock 4 controller. It should just
Mhm.
work. You know what? Let's put my money where my mouth is. Find something you want to talk about, and I am literally going to crack open this DualShock 4 right on camera. See if I can put the stick in it. See if it works. Because I think that'll be fun. What do you want to talk about? Pick a topic,
Well,
sir.
um, we could talk quickly about the movie that got announced that people have been waiting decades for.
What movie? Not the
Um,
Ghostbuster one, right?
n- no,
Oh, the
although
Legend of
that,
Zelda one? Do we seen anything from it?
yeah, uh, I don't know if we've seen anything from it, but Nintendo officially came out and Miyamoto said who he's working with and that it's in production.
Is it
If
Illumination
it's
again? It
no,
was
no, because
no,
this
it's
one's
live
actually a live
action.
action,
I don't know how I
which
feel about that.
I, yeah, I'm not sure how it's gonna work. Are they gonna make Link talk? Are they gonna give us introspective by hearing inside his head? Is it gonna be something completely different? I don't like. Is anybody gonna talk? Is it gonna be like a silent movie? What are they gonna? What's gonna happen?
There's no way it's a silent movie. 2023 audiences couldn't handle a silent movie.
That's true. People are way too ADHD. They'd be like, There's not enough stimulating
I
my
can't
senses. I gotta
read
be on my phone
anything.
now." You don't like to read? No, I can't. I'm dumb. I never learned it, did.
I refuse to learn to read.
That sign can't stop me because I
I
can't
don't know.
read.
What would you want to see? Let's ask the question. What would you want to see in a
In a Legend of Zelda movie?
yes, if you could
That's
write
really hard.
whatever you wanted, what would you want to do?
Um, do I have to pick a Link and a
I
Zelda
didn't say you
too,
had to
or
pick a
just
Link and a Zelda. I just said what would you want to see? Like,
Yeah,
how
well,
would you want to do it? Because, like, the thing
I
is
wouldn't
like,
mind well, here's my big question. Is it going to take place in Hyrule? Because is it going to be a modern day Zelda? Is it going to be a Zelda in fictional Earth? Is it going to be
my God,
another
this is
world?
such a pain in the ass. No, no,
Like,
there we go. Got it.
there's so many questions I have. I wouldn't mind seeing the original. I mean, there's been prequels now, so it's not original anymore, but the original Ocarina of Time kind of where it's like forest boy orphaned and saved by the forest fairies, raised by them,
Saved by the
goes out
Forest
because
Fairies.
yeah,
Will Smith is. AI Will
yeah,
Smith
exactly.
is. Sorry, I can't help myself.
Everyone's already been joking where they're like, "Oh, can't wait to see Chris Pratt as
Yeah, I've seen
um,
those. Those are good. Those are good jokes. I don't know
um."
if I was actually really wanted a Legend of Zelda movie, to be honest with you.
I've always wanted to see it in TV or movie, but I don't know if I'd say a live action is. I just wanted to see, even if it was like Resident Evil and Final Fantasy style, like an animated movie like that that takes place in their world, that would have been cool. Just because I love Zelda games, and while there are cutscenes and stuff, they've always been gameplay before story, and
That's because
I
Miyamoto,
want,
that's where he lives. But Miyamoto isn't even really isn't it, what the
yeah,
fuck's his name?
oh,
I'm literally drawing a blank on it. I'm sorry.
Nomura.
Nomura, yes, Nomura is the one I was thinking of.
Yeah, but Miyamoto made the first one, and then he based because he used to exploring caves near his house, so that's basically what the little dungeons were in the beginning. Uh,
I
that
mean,
was
if we're
actually
being
really
honest, it's one of the like most interesting games of that generation.
it, it was the first game to use save files. Most games at that time
Use
were like you
passwords,
play
yeah.
them, and yeah, you play them, and then it was like, well, I guess I'm.
Oh my god, this is a
This
fucking
one was
nightmare.
like they put a battery in the cartridge, and it was like it would remember your progress. And obviously today people were like, yeah, duh, that's how games work. Not back then they didn't.
You know,
That
it's
was revolutionary.
I don't know if it was the
And
first game ever to save, but first console game probably. Oh yeah, I forgot how
yeah.
stupid this design was on the inside. So the Xbox controller is like all nice circuit boards or whatever. This
Mhm.
is like um not a circuit board. It's basically just traces printed on a piece of plastic.
Hmm. Yeah.
So good. Anyway,
Can't believe
improvement.
you took those man's organs out. You're replacing them. You're a surgeon.
Like a surgeon, cutting
I mean,
for
that's
the
really just
very
what
first time.
engineers are, just non-human surgeons to be.
Like a surgeon. I
That's
mean, I hypothetically could make something like this. I don't know if you could make a touchpad that would still work, though. That is the question.
God. That song doesn't even apply to kids these days. They wouldn't know what that word means.
Surgeon?
Virgin, the actual song.
Oh, that's a song about feeling
Used
like a
to make
virgin
kids
again,
cry.
despite being.
Yeah.
There's cat fur in here.
There's
How
cat
the
fur
hell?
in the controller.
Yeah, how the? It's like underneath the gaskets. If you wonder what I'm talking about, there's gaskets on the inside. This is what pushes the button, makes the button move. These are all symmetrical, so hypothetically, you could. Can I just switch them up? Just curious.
Ooh, interesting.
Let me just check quick. Are they keyed? And wait, are they colored on the back so you can tell which one's which? Okay, that's a weird way to make them. So there's a bunch of differences between an Xbox controller and a PlayStation controller. They
Hmm.
are keyed, so I couldn't just mix them around just because I wanted to. It wouldn't fit.
Hmm.
There you go, button. I do this in my spare time. You can tell, right? How we got in here so fast. Only
Well,
took me
I'd
like
hope
a
so. If this is your
minute.
first time, I'd be really worried.
There's a first time for everything. Did you ever get your toolkit to fix your stick, or did you just blow her out and she was good? Because I know you were having an issue with
Yeah,
her.
yeah, it's working again. It's all good. I didn't get the kit yet, but I decided I'll probably just wait till the holidays to get it with, a little discount that's going on. Uh, because in case something happens in the future, it looked like a good toolkit to have as like a basic general one.
Yeah, he's talking about this one that I use right here. It comes with a pair of tweezers like this, but I've actually bent them, so I'm not using them right now. That's just me working with them. You'll bend two tweezers. But yeah, the screwdriver. This will get you into basically anything. It's small and electronic. It's very nice to have. It is the what is it, Essentials kit? I fix it
Hmm.
Essentials kit.
Yeah, and it had a little bit of everything in there. Like
Yeah, there's
it
picks.
wasn't specializing in anything,
Yeah,
but
there's
it had the
these picky things to get you in,
all-rounder thing.
which you actually
Yeah.
need one to get into the PlayStation controller because it clips together on top of having four screws. This lovely little pokey stick.
Yeah.
No, I was just curious if you got it fixed because I know it was all dirty. And you're like, I just got to buy a new controller. And I'm like, just fix it. It's not that
Well,
hard.
no, yeah. It wasn't that I was like, oh, I should buy a new controller. I was like, this is the day, Series X one, and I have one to get another Design Labs one. Maybe this would be a good time to just, get this as the backup. Because I have made a few of those and they are great. Um, but none of them have a share button, so I haven't been using them anymore. Just because I've been using the one it came with.
Oh, you wanted a series design level one. Okay.
Yeah, it's
I mean,
the first one I'd have since the series came out.
I'm actually used to using the Elite controller so much that I'm just used to pressing the middle button, pressing the Y button, and I'm working on a PlayStation controller, so I'm thinking about it and just doing it that way.
Hmm.
Yeah, when you're putting this back together, remember to feed the touchpad ribbon cable through the little slot here. Otherwise, it won't go back together and you could break it. These are much more delicate on the inside than a Xbox One,
Hmm.
but it fits and it works. Like this is what I mean. Like it works, you get a lot more play on it, but it's a lot more work to get this thing open. So I don't know if I'm actually gonna keep it there. These sticks though are a lot different. Do I still have the other one out here? I can grab my micrometer. We can start measuring. Cause yeah, there you go, boys. I can get into a PlayStation controller. I don't think there was ever a question about that though.
What do you mean?
I think anyone would question my ability to get inside a controller after all the
Oh,
parts and the stuff I've done, posted like bits I have all over my desk. I don't think it was ever a
and there's gonna
question.
be some idiot that'll question still.
I'm sure. Okay, this is a, a replica 3D model of the Xbox One. The PlayStation ones are actually a little bit shorter. How much
Hmm.
shorter? Let's find out. I have I have a precise measuring instrument. I have a caliper. Although the screw to hold the battery cover went missing for some fucking reason. I think it broke off. I think it was cheap and the threads broke and it just gave way. Okay, so this one's 16 millimeters. 16.2 millimeters, and the PlayStation ones are 14.37 millimeters.
Hmm.
Hold on, let me put it into. Here, I'll put it into American for you.
Into American.
It has an American mode. It is 5.6 inches. No, 5.56 inches. Sorry. Yeah, 0.56 inches for the PlayStation 1.
Hmm.
And the Xbox ones are 0.63 inches. Metric is easier because the fractions now. This is how it works. So this is a huge, like, I know it's not all the way together, but you can see how much taller the tall stick is than the PlayStation 1. Like, it's actually kind of insane.
Mm-hmm.
How big around is this? It looks fatter, too.
He's just erect. He saw a pink controller walk by.
9.6. It's narrow on the... Okay. I'm coming to understand some of these design choices on these. Now that now that it pulls another one apart. Okay, so I'm just gonna put this up on the camera here. So and around the center part here is actually narrower than the regular Xbox controller. With the reduced height, that makes it so. Hold on. So obviously we can do some basic math here, but because this stick is actually narrower than this one, I'll get a lot more movement, right, out of it. I can just get it. So you have like a lot more control because the stick is so tall. But like it's so much taller than the PlayStation controller, PlayStation standard one. I don't have a DualShock 5 here, but I could get in one of those too. I'm 90% sure, but I want to do it on a timer. This hole though has a little bit. Yeah, because I've noticed because the stick is thinner, I can actually turn it and you can see right inside. It's probably not, you probably can't pick it up on the camera, but no, it'll, I'd have to make it taller, I think, like the inside, call it bigger. But more or less, like these parts I am designing would work on a PlayStation controller. The buttons, obviously not. The faceplates, no, but sticks will work. And it will probably give you a decent advantage in a shooter. Like, fuck. It's massive. Like, how much bigger it is huge. I don't know why I decided to do this, but I decided to do it, so. Because, I mean, like, it's almost twice as tall. Weird. But yeah. So, yes. My stick design. This is not the finalized one. I think I'm going to actually taper the inside stick so it'll be a little more strong so it won't bend when you pull it off the print bed. And probably also going to make a section where you can put something like a weight in it to keep it from sliding. Because I think that's what's causing it to slip up, because it weighs less than a regular stick because of the materials. But you could also just coat the top of the stick with like Plasti Dip. I have heard is very good, which I want to get some to test it out. Put some grip on it. I'm just gonna put this controller back together with a regular stick in it because I still need that prototype for other things. But it's nice to confirm that that will work on a PlayStation controller. So even the PlayStation boys can have something to do with my 3D printed goodness. Although I have to admit, it is a pain in the ass to get all the way down here. Because you have to have there's the ribbon cable for the light bar. There's the ribbon cable for the touchpad. Ugh. Okay, anything else you're dying to talk about before we go into releases? I finished putting this controller together for some reason.
Not at the moment this week.
Not really? No? And you still just don't know what you'd want to do with a live action Legend of Zelda?
I mean, I guess the best way to start would be the Ocarina of Time story, but I would love to see a Majora's Mask style story being told. Something dark, the transformations, more of a thriller than just an action set piece. I don't know. I feel like there's so many ways you. I mean, if they wanted to do something original, I'd be totally down for that too. Um, I do feel like the first movie, if you're not going to have Ganon as the villain, you're going to at least need to. I don't mean Avengers style, show him off as like the overarching villain, but definitely set up the idea that he's watching and like he's gonna be there. I'm sure they know what they're doing. They managed to make Marvel
Aghanim.
a lot entertaining.
That was his name, right? Aghanim,
Who?
the wizard dude who's like Ganon's minion in the Link to the Past. It's Aghanim, right?
Yes, in Link to the Past.
Oh god. I have a nice pair of tweezers if you're gonna pull apart a PS4 controller.
I wouldn't mind seeing Yuga if they wanted to take one of the characters. On the screen, he'd be insane.
You know what they're probably gonna do, and I'm gonna absolutely hate it. They're gonna make a Ganon orange origin story thing, and I'll be like, but why though?
What if they do like Ocarina of Time or Wind Waker, and they start with, like a kid is just because like oh it's for young Link, and everyone else is like the adult characters, and he gets the puberty sword. I mean the Master Sword, and becomes a different actor.
Becomes the actor's older brother.
Exactly.
Yeah, I don't know how I feel about that. That project will be whatever it is. It's probably not gonna have a very good story if Miyamoto's involved. He's
Yeah.
notorious about not caring about story as much.
And he's always been a gameplay first guy. But
There's nothing wrong with gameplay first, but there are games that are good gameplay first, and I feel like the original blah 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 blah. The original
Legend of Zelda, Mario.
Legend of Zelda is kind of like this absolute masterpiece of dealing with the limitations of the time and turning the whole problem on its head to make like
sure.
an epic RPG. Because like
there was nothing at the time like that.
Yeah, making an epic single player
Like there was
focused.
scrolling games and stuff, but there wasn't like here's 128 that was unheard of at the time.
Yeah, no, it was unheard of at the time. Even though the tiles are basically the same, it just changed palette color.
Yeah, exactly.
It is an absolute.
That's what they did back then.
It is a technical marvel for what it
yeah.
is, and definitely pushed gaming forward in a lot of ways.
Yeah.
For anyone
Very
wondering,
for that.
well, I'm still thinking about it since I have the. You just need one screwdriver bit to get in there. It is a PH00. Phillips 00 will get you into a PS4 controller. And it's bad together, because I'm just a crazy person.
You heard it here first. Uncle Phil Phillips is how you get into your PlayStation. He truly is the GOAT.
Truly the GOAT. It's kind of weird that the Xbox uses security Torx and the PlayStation uses just Phillips. But the Philips is all like the PlayStation controller is all these weird fucking ribbon cables and shit.
Yeah.
See, the light bar even works. Back on the charger. I'm pretty sure it would even work on the Switch Pro controller. My designs, but the Switch Pro controller is a very different design.
Hmm.
You don't think about it when you're holding it, but the Switch controller and the PlayStation controller, these are almost level.
Hmm.
Look like they're all the same length. But the Xbox One, they're not all the same length. They're all different lengths. So
Yeah.
you won't
just to mess with the people with OCD.
Not really. It's so you can have the controller be more ergonomic.
Yeah.
You add complexity, but also at the same time for a good reason. All right, release timies. What's good?
Boop, boop.
Because
Look
sometimes
at
we
the
find good
thing.
stuff.
We do. And other times we find the opposite of good stuff. But that's okay. They're fun to laugh at. All right. What is today? The 7th? The 8th? The 8th? First up, we have Bemfito? Bemfeto?
Hold on.
Bemfeito?
I'm just gonna get in here. I
Oh
tried
no,
using
I'm just
Xbox.com
saying that to myself.
last week, but it wasn't working.
Oh.
It seems to be better now. I'm just gonna switch off this
Oh.
for a moment, so you can't see my screen. So in case it puts personal information up while I try to log in, it says it logged me in, but I don't trust it. Sorry, how's this game?
What happened?
What was the name of this game?
BEM space FEITO. Bemfeito?
I don't want to try and pronounce it just yet. Oh, I hit the wrong one. There we go. We're back. Faithful? I guess. I don't know. Revolutionary OS, Megasoft Play. This sounds like it's one of those games. Oh yeah, this looks like one of those games that's cutesy on the outside, but is like gonna mess with you. I don't even know what I'm looking at.
Chogorasho. Looks like a tiny person watching TV. Reginaldo. None of this seems like English.
Okay.
The most hyper realistic graphic.
Unmissable update. Yeah, see, this screams to me that it's like a horror RPG type game.
Yeah, I like the chromatic abrasion on all of the text.
Yep, it's 100% just. Yep, yep, yep. Oh yeah, oh yeah. This screams.
This screams, Ree!
100%. This screams that people are gonna tear it apart if it gets popular.
Mm-hmm.
Meet and captivate. Captivates in capitals. Many friends.
Captivate them.
Okay, this looks like one of those games that is just... Yeah, see, it's rated M for mature, too. That just gave it away, ladies and gentlemen. This is a horror game. Anyway,
But
what's
it looks
next on the
so
list?
cute. It's M for cute. Next up, excessive trim, which is what happens when you go to the barber and just do one of those just fuck my shit up fams. They give you an excessive trim.
Ah, there it is. I forgot how to spell for a second. Excessive trim. Is that aliens? Wreak havoc of... Yep. As a pothead alien with a buzzsaw flying saucer.
I like the guy in the top left. He looked very angry in that.
Yeah, make sure he's the right amount of stoned.
Too
Okay.
stoned and he'll crash. Not enough stoned and he'll crash out of board.
Yep. All right. Excessive trim. Interesting. Aliens. Harassing farmers. Making crop circles. Setting things on fire.
Just classic alien things. Hashtag just gray things.
Hashtag just gray man things. What's next on the list?
Next is Lost Islands. Well, not very lost if you could find them.
Oh man. I'm getting yep. Oh, I looked at this one last week.
Oh,
Yep.
did you?
Yeah, we did. And it looks not great. I mean, just take a look at it on the store there, and it's not the graphics that don't look good. It's like the gameplay looks uninspired. Here, I'll just
Yeah,
put it.
it's Minecraft 2.
I try not to be harsh on things like graphics and stuff because some of my favorite games aren't graphically that interesting.
Oh, for sure.
But I don't remember exactly what I said last week, but it reminded me of the overabundance of survival games. Like they're chasing a
Yeah.
trend, and I just can't be bothered.
I mean, that swimming animation straight up looked like Oblivion, which, not in a mean way, it's funny that.
Now it's Fortnite.
Do the default dab or whatever the hell it's called.
Dabber rabber. I found a gun. I will
360 no
shoot
scope
things.
'em.
Yeah, jeez.
It is funny that it was like survive on the, and then I blink and it's like you have wings
Yeah. The other thing I
flying.
noticed that looks like it's no fun is you have to pick up things individually.
Oh, they gotta just do a pick up all button, a pick up near.
Yeah. Hold, pick up everything.
E.
Yeah. This is one of those games that I'm just not interested in at all. If this looks like your
Yeah.
jam, more power to you, but I'm honestly not super into this.
Mhm.
Next!
Next up, we have motorcycle mechanic.
Motorcycle Mechanic Simulator. I only found 2021. Sorry, what's it called?
Yes, ironically, it is called 2021, even though it's coming out in 2023.
Ladies and gentlemen, we found it.
It makes about as much sense to you as it does to me, which is very little.
Why didn't you just call it 2021 2023 edition? Or
Yeah.
2021 console edition? I don't know.
Or just leave the year out. This is just motorcycle mechanics.
But don't drive the bike, just build it. So you can look at it. That's all you get.
See,
Alright.
this kind of game needs to also be part of a racing game, because then it's like, oh, you get to build your own thing and drive it around. This is just the sim part, so it's like, oh, you get to build it and then sell it. Next up, we have a Double Dragon collection.
You know, it'd be actually kind of cool, now that you mentioned that you should hook it up to a racing game. What if you could hook it up to a racing game and get someone who's actually good at racing to race your creations?
Yeah,
Do you
like
remember
imagine if.
You remember that spin-off game for Eve Online where you
What
could
was it
where like
called?
the factions would fight over things and you do ground wars for them. So like actual
Yeah,
players would set up the matches
yeah,
and they like, okay, here's the gear you get. And they give
it's
you,
definitely cool.
yeah, I feel like that's the
I would
kind of
love
thing
to
you
see
want.
like uh just using, like Forza as an example, like I would want someone who can play a game and be the guy that designs the cars. And, you know, for my team, I have, one guy who plays different game cars a specific way, and then I drive them. Or in like Call of Duty, you have a team in one game that's building the weapons, designing, and then you play them in the other game. I feel like it would bring a lot of the community to build upon each other's games kind of thing. Almost like if you did a hospital simulator with, GTA, it's like, okay, who's the patient I have? Oh, someone that got mowed down by an attack helicopter and then hit by a car. That's what happened in GTA, so I have to operate on that patient to save him. Like something like that that just takes, aspects from one game and it's like, all right, well, I'll deal with that in this game in a realistic way. Like it's just, I don't know, I feel like that'd be a funny idea.
Surgeon Simulator, but yeah, attached to like GTA.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Uh, it doesn't have to be anything crazy, but I
I
feel like
mean, you
that's
could
when you
have the
bring
other games be
communities
like
together.
2D like side quests or something on a game even. But
Yeah. Even if it was like Oregon Trail and then, a racing game attached to it, like, oh, we got to race you who gets there first.
yeah, it could be fun. Okay, sorry, what was the next game now that I've derailed everything?
It's a Double Dragon collection. There's more than one dragon. There's too many dragons.
Double Dragon, which one?
Collection is all it said.
I think I got nothing. Show me potato salad. I got nothing, sir.
Show me potato salad. Doo. Maybe it got delayed, or maybe it's just not on the store. Who can say?
We got Double
I can't.
Dragon Gaiden, Rise of the Dragons, Double Dragon 4, Double Dragon Neon, Double Dragon 2, The Revenge. I'm just gonna click
Ah,
on
yes.
Double Dragon for a second.
Jaws the Revenge.
Double Dragon 2, The Revenge. Revengeance. Nope, this came out 3 years ago, so this is not this. Shinobi on the Master System. Interesting pick. Anyway,
Yeah.
Revenge of Shinobi's the better game. And then GG Shinobi. Shinobi 2 GG on the Game Gear
Ah, yes.
is so
Shinobi
good.
2, Game Grumps.
Game Gear.
Yeah, I know.
So good. It's actually really good. It's no right being as good as it is.
I love when that happens. Like for no reason, the game is just really
Well, you
outstanding.
never expect especially back in the day, most Game Gear games aren't great,
Yeah.
but there are some that just are so much more than it is. Like the thing about Shinobi 2 GG, it's like GG
Mm.
Shinobi 2. It was like Game Gear Shinobi 2. It's what it's called in Japan. Um, and it says GG2 in the title screen for
Mm.
the thing about that game is it's actually a Metroidvania, and you unlock different ninjas and they have different powers. So one has like a different, so you get the all arounder like fighting ninja, and then there's a ninja with a grappling hook.
Grapple
There's a
Ninja.
ninja that uses explosives, and it's really cool. So you just switch between the characters in the start menu. It's pretty cool.
Yeah, it's cool. Then you got to be the Rainbow Ninja from all the abilities.
Maybe you'll have two buttons.
Yeah, that's when you hold them together and then start the D-pad to
We
choose the
get to
direction
pick.
of your abilities.
I say it's Metroidvania, but it's kind of more Mega Man esque in that regard.
Hmm.
But there's some, but you have to go back to like levels and pick up like orbs to power up the ninjas. So that way
Hmm.
it's a little more, it's like a combination of like Mega Man and like Mega Man and
Castlevania, because it
Castle.
makes me think of like you have to pick up the whips to get it back to
I
being.
think it's like Castlevania 2 or maybe more like a little Metroid. But it's basically like you have to go back to this level. Like it's segmented into levels. It's a Game Gear game, so it's not super big.
Mhm.
And you have to go
Yeah,
back and you have to get these power ups for these characters on different levels. But you need to unlock the ninja so you can get the power.
interesting. Yeah, it sounds a bit like Metroidvania because you
It's a bit.
need to go here
It's
and get the
not
new ability.
insanely
It's a
hard,
good
but
boss. Yeah,
I'd really like it if Sega would release a Shinobi collection and someone could play that again, realize how
definitely
incredibly good
cool.
it is for what it is. I
Yeah,
think I'm probably hyping it up, but like honestly, it's a really fun game.
there's a lot of games back then that I love though. Like even Punch Out. Tell people about it like I'm hyping it up, and it's really just Little Mac and you have fucking left and right punch, but like it's so good.
Well, there's more than just left and right punch. You have to dodge and bob and weave, and
Yeah,
it's.
and you can block and do the uppercuts and the little star punch. Oh, I
I
love that
haven't
game.
played the NES one in forever, but yeah. Okay, what was the next game after Double Dragon
Next up
Collection?
is a Game Pass game. We're getting it day one. It's Dungeons.
Dungeons 4?
Yeah, the graphics are definitely very kiddie-like, if I remember, but I've heard.
Dungeons. I got Dungeons 3 for something, and like the Paladin lady took in the Dark Elf girl in the other one, and they made her evil in the third one.
Sure.
It's very parody-esque.
Mhm.
Like the game is self-aware and it's very silly. If it's anything like the one I played, I just kind of didn't care for it that much.
Mhm. Was it the story or the gameplay that you were mad?
Gameplay just didn't. It's a simulation strategy, whatever game.
Gotcha.
It's fine. If you like dungeons though, you'll probably like this.
Very cute.
I mean, have you played any of the dungeons games?
I don't think I have.
I think I got it like a
Maybe.
humble bundle at one point, and I was like, oh, okay, what is this? It's
Yeah, I think I own one or two of them from Humble.
humble bundle. Humble bundle. Humble bundle.
Libbity bibbity.
Okay. Dungeons
Uh,
3 did not keep my attention, so I don't think it's a bad game.
yeah,
It just didn't keep my attention, so
that's
that's
fair.
take
Hopefully
from with
four
it from you.
is
Well,
better for people.
I hope so. I hope
Uh,
people.
oh, sorry, go on.
No, go ahead. Hit me with that next one.
Next, yeah, next up is Ikone Island. It's an Earthlock adventure, so I assume it's taking place in the Earthlock universe,
Sorry,
which confuses the hell out
Eco.
of me.
I was.
Ikonei.
Um, I got no hits.
Love to see it.
True achievement, save me. An Earthlock adventure.
Yes. And Earthlock's always been weird to me because they came to Game Pass and there were two of them, but they released like at right the same time, and one of them had a subtitle uh under it. It was like Earthlock and then Earthlock something. But they felt like the same game, but they were slightly different, and I have no idea.
I don't remember playing these. I mean, it's cute. It looks cute.
Yeah, Earthlock I remember was like An actual RPG.
Snow Castle. This
Smash.
looks like a more of a survival game.
Yeah,
Explore a
this one
magical
doesn't remind me
island.
of the other. Yeah, say.
Go through snow. Play a dog. Befriend wildlife. Build and craft. Oh no, please no.
The cardinal sin. The eighth of the seven deadly sins. Crafting.
I mean, I don't know what to say about
Yeah, it
that.
doesn't feel familiar.
Oh, it looks
Maybe
fine,
it's
I guess.
yeah. Maybe it's a different Earthlock. This doesn't remind me of the other ones at all.
Don't know.
Next up is another Game Pass game though. Like a Dorgan, the man who erased his name.
It's our boy who erased his name.
He
I don't
took
have
it
it.
off his test. We don't know what to call him.
I mean, he never introduces himself when he shows up in 7, so. Spoilers
Yeah.
for 7. This character shows up in Yakuza 7, despite this game in Japan having Yakuza 7 or Yugakoto 7 attached to the title, not just the like a dragon. It's thinking about it. That's out Friday? Oh my god. I have to beat this before the other one comes out.
Plus, I think the Tales of Abyss DLC comes out Friday.
And then we have
So
to
many good
start
things.
working on the end of year stuff. Start wrangling people now.
Yep.
There we go. The man who erased his name. Content of this game sold a later date. Yeah, yeah, it doesn't launch with the English voice cast
Yeah, I remember they were saying something about
for
that.
the 4 of you that
Something
care.
else just got announced today. They said something about physicals in China,
Wait, what?
I believe. Wario had retweeted or posted something about it.
Send it to me.
I think it said, oh, let me double check. Toot, 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 Twitter. Disney and Hulu merged app. Scroll down. God, he posts too much. I've already passed 20 things and it's not even been an hour back. Let's see.
Wait, it launched on Steam already?
What did like a dragon?
Yeah, what? Did anyone see this from IGN?
What?
This tweet where they literally have the Lightning McQueen cars, Pixar's cars in Rocket League instead of a video of Like a Dragon Gaiden, the man who erased his name.
Oh, they have that video underneath that text.
Yep, I thought it was just an ad at first, but it's
That's
actually
so
they
funny.
posted the wrong video.
Oh wait, here's what it is. Yeah, like a dragon, Gaiden, the man who physicals at Play Asia has Chinese on the cover. They're offering refunds or replacements due to the cover.
Oh, that means there was never an Xbox version.
Yeah.
Kaito! I like the Kaito. He's a good character. Way better than other two. Wait, did they have real what? Excuse me, what? There's videos of real women in it? That's a first.
What's the video of?
Um it's there in the casino and there's host ladies
Gotcha. I was gonna say, I was
and they
like,
like serve
there's
you
one
drinks
section
and
that always
stuff.
has live action. You know the one. I
Uh
like that my Call of Duty has been updating in the background this entire time, and it just now hit 100 gigs, and there's still 56 gigs to go.
it said it needed 60 more gigs and I was like, yeah, I don't care how much. I'll wait till they make it smaller because fuck that.
Yeah. Plus, you can make it smaller yourself because after you download it, it separates stuff. It's like, here's the zombie. So you can just uninstall the parts you don't care about. But because of that, they should absolutely give us the option to choose the parts we do care about. I think Gears and Halo are the only ones I know choose that when installing.
Weird. Okay, next.
Next up, we have spells and secrets.
Wait, sorry, what? Spells?
Spells and secrets.
Oh, sorry. I put spell. It's so secretive, it doesn't exist on the store.
Seems legit.
Spells and secrets. Oh, we have a video. Is this a Harry
Ooh.
Potter knockoff? Nope. It looks like.
This isn't the escape room thing, right?
No,
Because
this looks
there's
like
something that just. Oh, okay,
this
no,
this
yeah,
looks
there's
like
something.
what is this game?
Because there's something that just released that's an escape room that's set like in the Harry Potter world, but it's also trying not to copy it because it doesn't want copyright.
I mean, you move stuff, you steal, take.
Bless you, whoever that was.
Playing co-ops. The stream can't hear those. And the one in the background. And what you hear and what the stream hears is two completely different things.
Oh, so they think I'm insane. Q. Logo
Ooh.
co-op.
Yeah, so you might be able to hear the TV, but the stream can't.
I just have really good hearing.
I mean, Spells and Secrets looks okay. It reminds me of something, and I cannot think of it at the moment. Which I hate when that happens. Okay, what's next?
Next up is While the Iron's Hot. The iron's
Why can't I spell?
Spelling is hard.
It is. Because it's a different well, isn't it? Come on. Come on. Oh my god, I just can't think of how to spell this. W-H...
ILE.
Yeah,
I
I
used to
just
have that
can't,
happen
I
a lot
couldn't think of
too.
it. I can't remember the last time I
No, it's all
actually had to
good.
spell that.
I've had derp moments too where it's like trying to spell a two or a three-letter word, and I'm
Is
like,
this like...
it doesn't feel right. It
Wait,
doesn't look right.
Is this like Puzzle Forge?
Ooh.
Damascus Greatsword. Reveal trailer. Okay.
Wee.
No, it's not like Puzzle Forge. It fooled
Sad.
me.
I like the writer said no and paused it. It was like,
It paused on its own. I don't
oh,
know why. It wasn't
well
buffering
then
though.
it paused. Yeah, it paused on him going, gee. Yeah, that was cute.
Just put that axe right back into your pocket.
Where they all belong.
Who sent ya? Music to play themselves, being on a ship, putting a sword in things. I mean, it looks competent. I'm not sure if it's my kind of game, but it looks competent. Looks good. Don't know how much it's gonna cost though. I would assume not too much. I would peg it by looking at it. If I had to consider a price, probably in the $20-ish range US.
Oh, I would have
Somewhere in
said
that.
14.99 maybe. Maybe it'd be 19.99,
I
24.99.
think 20 like the higher, like by
Mm-hmm.
1999 up, but because it's Humble published, so I don't know.
That's true.
It's a maybe it's one, maybe it's the other, but I think I'm overestimating, I think, a little bit, but we'll see. No price here, so that's what I
True.
think is a fair price for something like that. Next,
Next up is Air Twister, which I believe is a where you have to touch
Air
and then with your arms
Twister.
and legs.
There's a pretty lady. I'm gonna look at the screenshots quick. It's
I
got a
think
high
Twister was just
score.
made by someone who was horny. How can I get close to others without getting in trouble? Left foot red.
Just play Air Twister at super. Is this?
What the?
Wait a second. Is this Space Harrier?
Why does this look familiar?
I think this is Space Harrier. Hold on. Isn't it? No. It's supposed to be a magical wonderland.
It's a deal Pleurodon, Charlie.
Do you know what the name of Spider-Man's mech is?
Spider Mech
Leopleurodon.
instead of Spider Man. Spider Man.
Yeah, it's Space Harrier.
Okay.
It's
Are they
Space
letting
Harrier,
geese?
boys. But there's a giant bird for some reason.
Yeah.
It's Space Harrier. I remember seeing this.
Did you just do a flip on top of fire?
Air Twister. We are doing stuff.
Looks cool enough.
It's Space Harrier, boys. Get ready.
Yeah.
If you don't, I'm pretty sure it's on here.
Get ready to rumble.
It's not. Okay. Space Harrier was a arcade slash Genesis game where you
Yeah.
flew around and shot things, and you'd
On
fall over and be
the
like, oh,
you can
and
actually
then
play it
you
in
get up and be like,
Yakuza.
get ready, and then you just start
Yeah.
shooting. Yeah, you can play it in
Yeah.
Yakuza.
Which is on the Xbox. So technically you can play it on the Xbox.
If you have the right Yakuza game installed to play it on the Xbox.
Yeah. It was the
Anyway,
first one we got too. Because it was in there was 1.0.
oh, it makes sense
Um
because it's from the 80s. All right,
yeah.
just
No, no
I'm
worries.
just a little bit sleepy
Go to
because
the
I got
same.
that stupid shot this week. I got my
Oh, I'm
vaccination.
just sleepy because I slept like shit. I think I slept from like 9 a.m. until noon.
Yeah. Okay.
Um, Next up is Bob the Elementalist, which is a hilarious name for a piece of. What are you playing? I'm playing Bob.
I got Bob the Builder. Element. Nope. Nothing.
Damn,
True
sorry, Avatar
achievement
Bob.
save me. Bob the Elementalist. Here we go.
Woo! Better be an
Um,
Avatar style game.
no, he looks like a little blob. What?
Oh,
Is this? It's a side scroller game. I have no idea what I'm looking at. I have no context.
yeah, it's hard to tell. I don't know if it's like a
I have no
puzzle
video, so
game.
like it's what it is. It I think literally I have no. There's nothing here. Oh my
Yeah, no
god.
identifying features.
No, it's like it's publisher, developer, release date, platforms, features,
Yeah.
notes, no genres. Who'd want that? Maybe the achievements
You
will
just have to
tell us
buy it and find
something.
out.
Complete 5 levels, 10 levels, 25 levels, 30 levels, 40 levels. Get wind elixir, get earth elixir, ice magic. It seems like one of those get 1,000 points pretty easy, bro. Kind of games.
Yeah.
Okay. Since
Next
Bob doesn't
up,
want to tell us anything about his game,
yeah, Brood Bob. Next up is the Cobb Doobie. And this one will definitely be in the store now because it's first party.
the Call of Duty, Duty.
Yes. And this one releases uh technically on Friday, but you can pre-install now.
And
And I
take
would
up
recommend it if
200
you want to
gigs
play
of
it.
your bloody.
It's only 156, but apparently they said they'll be shrinking it at launch. I don't know why they would release it bigger if they could shrink it so fast, but who knows? I'm not a dev. I don't know what the hell they're doing.
Gotta get rid of that old data you don't need. Don't need that old data there. Dang old, bang old Halloween stuff and get that out of there. Don't need it. Anyway,
Next up is Grace of Latole. Latole?
By the grace of,
LET.
I got it.
Okay.
Oh, it's a Chemco RPG. It's our
That's why it
boys.
sounded familiar.
It's Chemco.
Yeah,
They're
I saw
here.
this one recently. It had the fighting style of like Final Fantasy pre 4, 5, and 6, and technically 2.
Maggie Tech? It's paused. Normal view, everyone. Normal view. Normal view. Normal view. It moved. And then it stopped. Okay. A conflict of human wishes. I mean, like most Chemco RPGs, it's not graphically impressive.
Yeah, the battle system looked better than some of the old ones though,
No, my
just in terms of
mom,
like
she fell over.
UI and man,
Me.
Batman.
It's terrible impression days, boys. How we roll.
Well, technically, today is Booba Day. Yesterday was Tummy Day, and soon will be Panties Day. Thank you, Japanese. You bless us.
Sorry, it is Ishitagi Day. No, Ishitagi no Hi. Good underwear day. Which doesn't specifically say panties. It could be bras too. And I saw a lot
True.
of it was just like people finding good underwear and bras. Nothing really. It was more wholesome. But you
Oh,
know
that's
how
wholesome
it
though.
ever is. Like whatever.
Oh yeah.
E Oppai
Regardless
no
of how
Hi
wholesome
was not
something
that
is.
terrible.
Yeah.
I mean, a lot of women show off their boobs. They're happy. They're proud of them. So it's whatever.
And some men do too. And they're a little too proud of them. Lose some weight.
I'm not here to shame people.
Well, I'm not gonna shame people, but I feel like there's a difference between being a healthy weight and then being like slightly morbidly obese.
I mean, they can do
Um,
what they want.
for
Just,
sure.
just like as long as they don't stink and being public and be stinky. That's where I draw the line.
The only
Like,
thing I draw the line at is I don't want us to reinforce that like it's healthy to be that weight. In the same way for skinny people, I wouldn't want to reinforce the idea that
so
being
what you're
too
trying to
skinny is
say is
healthy.
you don't want the Peter Griffin. Fat men aren't fat, Lois. Only fat
Yeah,
women are
exactly.
fat.
Exactly. I don't if you're too large on male or women or I think you should get a little and
I
I don't
think
mean
you
that in
should
a
just
mean way.
maintain a healthy weight and not try to go for anything crazy. Because some people can't physically lose weight. They
Yeah.
get to a point where they just can't. But if you're at a point where you're just like insanely large, you should help yourself. But I'm not here to
Yeah.
talk about weight loss because I'm probably the wrong person to talk to about weight loss.
And I'm not trying to judge and I apologize if it came off. I
Hit
just want
me with
people
that
to live
next
their best lives.
game.
Okay. The Fast Journey, which sounds like the weird way to say speed running.
The Fast Journey.
This is what Sonic did when he took a journey to
What is
the
with this frog? What is it? Like, can we talk about this box
He's
art
just
for a
vibing.
second? I'm even gonna scroll down for a second. Let's look at this box art.
He's
He
having a
looks
good
like
time.
he's like constipated or something.
Oh, absolutely. He's trying so badly to go to the bathroom,
I
but
just
the
can't go
headband is
here.
blocking all circulation.
Okay, I'm gonna stop memeing on it and just play the video so we can learn about this game together. Heart,
We've become a
a
let's learn.
journey for your great love. Is it meet your friend? Use your kunai. A
Murder
quick but
these.
challenging journey.
It's a 15-minute
Trap enemies and beasts. I don't know if it's just the way they recorded this or just the way it it looks, but I'm seeing a lot of like ghosting and blurring.
Yeah.
He
I wonder
looks
if it
so
got compressed when they
constipated.
put it up.
I don't know. I again, I don't know which is which. So what's doing crude humor?
Yeah.
Okay. Um, yeah, it's a game.
It
It's
is a game for sure.
5.95. It's apparently fast, so but challenging. Your choice.
Yeah.
Take it or leave it. What's next?
Next is Zookeeper.
The Zookeeper.
Nope, just Zookeeper. We don't accept articles.
Ah, oh wait, maybe we found it. Maybe.
Oh.
Uh, I don't know if I have anything positive to say about this. I think we should just move on.
Okay. Next up is Ark Survival.
Wait, Ark's actually coming out? I thought they delayed it.
I thought they did too, which is why I think we should double check.
Survival Evolved, right?
Survival Ascended.
Ascended. Okay. I thought it was next year.
Yeah, I thought it got moved, but I feel like this would be updated if that was the case.
I'm not on the cutting edge of caring about Ark Survival Ascended. So I'm the wrong person to ask. But I could have sworn that it was like it's coming later. Unless it's coming early access or something.
That sure might be.
Oh my goodness. Load! Page load! Square Keeper! The Sky Keepers. Rift Keepers. This page cannot be found.
R.I.P. This next page is the reason we can't find it.
Survival Ascended. Your first dino. News. Oh, it comes to Series X first? Posted 2 days ago. What? Apparently it was a November release date. It is coming. So you are correct.
Oh, interesting. So I guess that one's a week away.
If you care or not, I don't know. Surprise! We got it working. Don't hate us.
But Vin
Next.
Diesel's dead. We killed him off.
Yeah, I don't know. Get me with that next one.
Next up is Broken Roads.
Broken roads. God bless the broken roads. Truck driver,
You
snowy
mean
roads.
all of the roads in America.
Country roads. Evil versus other. It's a role-playing game strategy. It is born. Love traditional role-play RPGs. Broken Roads provides a rich engaging narrative in which players make their way across a desolate future Australia.
It's
This
just
one's
normal Australia. It's still desolate and humid and dangerous.
blending together traditional and all new role playing elements and on top of a classless system offering nearly unlimited character development options. Okay. Broken Roads presents players with an original morality system. The moral compass, this novel design sees dialogue options and questing decisions influence and be influenced by the character's philosophical leaning.
Sure.
We have a video? No, no video. Nihilist, humanist. Okay. Oh.
You find King Reject?
Oh. Okay, the morality is like a little more advanced than most um games. Here's the wheel here. It looks like it's got four um branches to it: utilitarian, humanist,
Mhm.
mecha evangelion, mecha evangelion. Sorry, nihilist. So you'd be like So depending how you like talk to people will depend how that character is philosophically leading, which in turn adjusts your morality. Interesting. And gives you different perks because of it. I don't know if that'll work, but that's an interesting concept. I'm getting wasteland vibes from this. But I mean that's just
Yeah.
Australia in general. Wasteland, Fallouty goodness, but in Australia this time. Hmm. I get attributes. You get skills. Okay. I'm getting lots of wasteland vibes here. Oh. So you can see here because this guy's not a mechanavalian. It won't give him that. He's not high enough into it. He doesn't get that option. But you get to see
Interesting.
it, which is interesting.
I'm still waiting for them to port some of the classic.
And we're back at the beginning. Interesting concept here. No price. Broken
Hmm.
roads. Welcome to Australia in the post-apocalypse. And we're not Mad Max for once.
Yeah.
Like you can't say that you have UK English and United States English audio when you are Australian, because that's, let's be real here, Australians don't speak English. They speak Australian. Everyone's name is Bruce. Moving on.
Next up, we have Coral Island.
Coral Island. Game preview. Ugh. I smell survival game. You smell that?
Is that what The Rock is cooking?
Coral Island. Welcome to Coral Island.
My dog is just screeching.
Did you hear the
So
dog?
rude.
Is that why you're over here? No? Okay, design characters, make
Yeah.
rooms. Are you always this chatty? I don't know. Oh, he's hitting on me.
He's flying.
I'm going to get stuff. I mean, the animations aren't super great, but it looks competent enough.
It better be.
Okay, I don't know. I smell survival crafting game. 1999. Oh, it's a Game Pass game too.
Oh, is it? It didn't even pop up with that.
Yeah, it says included with Game Pass. Install it.
Very nice.
Or is it just PC Game Pass? Hold on. Nope, PC and Xbox. All right. I mean, if you like these sort of simulation-y type games, you might like this one. Okay, what's next on the list? Since we're hopefully getting to the end of this list. I don't know how many more jokes I can pull. Hello? Hello? What's the next game, Justin? What's the next
The next
game?
game. Yeah. Whoop. There we go. The next game is Karma Zoo. This is our second or third zoo game today.
Karma with a K, right?
Yeah.
Karma Zoo. Are you sure it's an actual zoo game? It's not just it's not just a kangaroo zoo. I don't think this is a zoo game. Karma Zoo is about helping people working together to find bliss and cooperation, especially when going through, especially when things go wrong. Meaningful connections can. It's all karma. Local multiplayer. This is not a zoo game, sir.
It was secretly a Mario game.
It looks kind of like a platformer.
Yeah.
It's interesting looking, but I have no idea what you're doing it.
Yeah. Kind of not super intuitive.
Karma Zoo. Interesting. Local online co-op. 2 to 10 players.
Interesting.
Local multiplayer. 2 to 8 players. Online multiplayer. 2 to 10 players.
I hope so. Be pointless if not.
Well, you can only do 8 controllers on one Xbox.
Yeah.
1, 2, 3. I only have 6 controllers on my desk right now. Moving on.
Next
6
up we have
Xbox
Jagged
One controllers.
Yeah. Next up we have Jagged Alliance Free.
Jagged Alliance 3 pre-order. It just said pre-order in like caps, so.
How dare they advertise to you?
This is the new one. It's right here. Sorry, someone just sent me a Kotaku article, and I said Kotaku is a clown show. Don't give them views or clicks. Jagged Alliance 3. Oh, it's a strategy game. I never played any of
Yeah.
these, so I don't know anything about them. Is it a tactics game? I think it is. Hmm. Okay. Huge cast of mercenaries with quirks and personalities and backstories.
Interesting.
I mean, it's got online co-op, no local. Oh, it says it has shared slash split screen, but doesn't specify much more than that. So interesting. Um, maybe this is up your alley. THQ daughter could use some money. Their parent company is dying. I mean, it looks interesting enough. I'm just not really into tactic games too much. Like, I find that
Yeah.
I'm probably gonna put Persona 5 Tactica on like the easiest mode and just try and breeze through it and see if there's anything good
Just
in it.
murder everyone.
I don't know. We'll see. Next,
Yeah. Next up is Super Crazy Rhythm Battle.
super crazy rhythm castle.
Battle.
See, I thought you said that. That's why I was confused when rhythm.
Yeah, no worries.
I don't think it's on the store, sir. It is not on the store. Super crazy. Wait, true achievements. You didn't fail me too, did you? I think it actually. I think someone put the wrong name in because true achievement says
Oh,
that Rhythm Castle comes out November
oh.
14th, 2023. Maybe they changed the name last second for some reason. Yep, because it's pre-order. Yep, this is the one. I guess. Someone just put the wrong thing on the list. What a doofus. And no one double checks it. 30 tracks. Tune in for earworm rock, hip hop, dubstep, and plenty more. It's a Konami game. It's got crazy co-op.
Hell yeah.
Relieve the rhythm, man. Yeah, okay. Um, it's a $40 rhythm game by Konami. What could possibly go wrong? It's got 4 player. Let's see here. It's got 2 to 4 local co-op, 2 to 4 online co-op, 2 to 4 multiplayer online. Okay. Anyway, what is next on the docket? Are we getting close? Ooh. Yeah, I'm feeling the extra fatiguey this week. I didn't get much extra stuff done this week because I had to go get my vaccine and all that.
Yeah, and I feel awful that like it's not that I'm half paying attention right now to stay awake. because I've got a headache, and I'm like, okay, just
Uh,
keep going.
how many more
My
castles?
eyes
How
are
many more things
tripping.
we got? We'll get them
Oh,
done.
we got one or two more, I believe.
Cool.
We have, yes, two more. We have The Walking Dead Destinies.
The Walking Dead Destinies.
It's the Destiny expansion you didn't know you needed.
This doesn't look like the other Walking Dead games at all. Were they all Telltale games?
Well,
I know there were some other ones, but
yeah, there were a couple like Saints and Sinners on VR, and that was
yeah, I remember the
really
VR
not
ones.
liked by everyone. But there was a 360 one that was pretty decent. I like person, whatever kind of game.
Plays
I think it
13
was
iconic
starring Daryl.
characters, survive the apocalypse, manage surprise. It's a party-based survival horror?
Interesting.
Okay. That sounds interesting. I don't know how much it
And
costs because it won't tell me, but
love to see it. Last on our list, UFO Robot Grand The Feast of the Wolves.
sorry, UFO robot
Uh,
Grenadier? Okay, I got it. I got
uh,
it.
yeah. I didn't know if it
What
was
is
guys or
this?
engineer.
Is this a
I'll tell you what this is. This is a UFO robot.
my dude? My dude. No. This is the most Japanese thing I've seen in a while. Uh it's a 3D brawler where you like play as a giant one of those giant robots and fight other giant robots.
Yes. Bring more of the monsters back with robots too.
But it's UFO robot Grenzier.
Look at the little guy.
The guy's like 50 feet tall. Yeah.
Yeah.
Princely outfit is the pre-order bonus item. It's
I mean, he'd be a
39.99
tall little
plus.
guy.
Go Nike will give most pilots powerful robots fight evil.
Murder evil.
Daisuke, this colossal robot while fighting epic battles with multiple. Interesting. We found a really weird game to end off on, which is good.
Yeah,
Oh,
I'm
my
glad.
energy is just falling hard.
Yeah, same. I don't know why it's like the gap got him.
You can only be on for so long before you're just like done.
Yeah,
It's just the
the
way of the
brain
world.
slows down.
Yeah, it's kind of a short show this week, but that's fine. It's only
It's
7
still a little
gigs.
over 3 hours. It's not terrible.
Yeah, not terrible. It's good.
Actually, we're at free right now.
Well, better end it soon. But yeah, so anything else you want to say before we hit that
Uh,
old dusty trail?
there's gonna be some fun stuff to talk about next week because there's so many releases this week that people are interested in. I think it'll be an interesting one for gaming tomorrow. Next.
Who knows? Maybe I'll have a faceplate to show off next week. I've been
Ooh,
designing
that'd be
one,
cool.
and I've also been designing a slightly shorter stick than the tall stick for the other side of the controller.
I call it the medium stick.
The premium stick, you mean?
Yes, for medium is premium.
Just fun to say.
Yeah,
I don't. Yeah, I don't. No. Hopefully, no other weird news comes out. Hopefully, we hear some good stuff, though. I want some
yeah, same.
clarification on that third-party accessory thing. What's actually going on with that? What the
Yeah.
whole purpose is here, and like, what's the end goal?
And I hope eventually we hear back about the rewards program. I know a lot of people are like, the employees hate that
Yep.
fixed. Maybe if we complain, they'll fix this.
It's less that I want it to be fixed and more that I just want it to be something that I actually want to engage with more often. Because a lot of the
Yeah.
times the stuff is like, go play this game that I have like zero interest in. And it's usually something like, go play State of Decay. And I'm like, I've tried State of Decay. I played a decent amount of it. And I'm just, no, it's not for me.
Mhm.
So,
It's definitely more fun with friends, but I can understand that sentiment too. Of just
so just don't want to play it.
that's fair.
Just, just like, go kill more zombies. And I'm like, but it's not easy to kill zombies in that game because you have to like get equipment and like shoot things and do stuff. It's like, but if you've already done the tutorial where you have to do X amount of like killing, X amount of this, then you have to do something else to get the thing because it's not like you can just start the tutorial over again or want to because it's just boring.
Hmm.
I don't know. But I
Yeah.
think that's. Oh, unless you have something else to add.
Oh no, I was just gonna say, looting places and setting up outposts and stuff can be fun, and the combat can be really satisfying when you get some nice weapons or fill up your base. The second one's definitely much easier to get into than the first.
We'll see whenever the third one shows up how that pans out. But I
Yeah,
don't have the
we heard
highest
about
of
it like
hopes.
3 years ago. I'm hoping Undead Labs was then. I hope they keep growing and getting better.
Well, it can only go up from here, I think. But anyway,
Yeah,
it's time for us to hit the disc trail and go
sounds good.
do other stuff, I guess.
Some dinner soon.
Dinner soon, but first nap.
Yes.
So you have a good one. We'll see y'all next week. Until
See
next
you guys
time.
next time.
Matinee.
Bye bye.